and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Small Friday. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm your old pal, AJ, and look over here to my left. Look at us matchy in our green shirts today.
We are. And the fact is, honestly,
look at that.
I like yours. I would wear that every day.
Well, I like yours.
Very comfortable looking shirt.
Yours is not comfortable looking, but it's very sharp looking.
Oh, well, I appreciate the I like the branding. I like that.
You're a sharp-dressed man.
You look good in green.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It goes with my eyes.
It brings it out. It does.
Yeah. That's Rob Thompson. Hey. And look who's on the other side of the glass. He's sweating like a pig in there. It
is hot.
Victor Brown. Good morning. For a guy who can never eat anything, you eat on the air more than anyone.
And he eats healthy, too, so it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Berries
he can never
nuts.
eat. He's like, oh, I can't eat anything. And then he's like, oh, I got to eat, though.
Yeah, I eat small meals.
You feeling a little better today?
100% better.
100% better.
We can say this now, but yesterday you were a slight color of gray.
Oh yeah, I could feel it. I just wanted
Tuesday
to lay
was
down.
worse.
Yeah,
though.
sorry.
I just wanted
Tuesday,
to.
you
I
were
just
gray.
wanted to lay down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I did in here, but
Well,
no,
so far,
I got it. I feel better now.
have we checked on Pledger
No,
after he has spent time in the
is he diseased
in the petri dish that is
I
the
don't know.
production studio?
no. Actually, he told me he was sick like 2 weeks ago, so it didn't matter to him. If
Oh, he's immune now?
He is the
I
patient
guess.
zero.
Could be.
Yeah, I probably got it from him and gave it to my wife. But no, I'm okay now.
Your wife's sick now?
No, she was sick first.
Yeah, she had it
Okay.
first, so
Yeah.
we weren't sure how it arrived into the.
So
in the
Pledger
building.
gave it to your wife, and then your wife gave it to you?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Uh-huh. I'd open an investigation if I were you.
I think the Sancho gave it to my wife.
Well, you've been saying, what if I'm doing some math here. What if the Sancho is James Pledger?
Ah!
Dun dun dun.
Oh, now that would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Well, friends,
Here we sit.
we've made it to the next round of the college football
And
playoffs.
I am just a Twitter. I mean, I'm so excited.
Are you?
I am because I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I mean, I have a vague one, but there's so many different variables here
Yeah.
that not as many as tomorrow.
Oh, I think there's more today than tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I meant. There's so many more today as tomorrow because I don't know which team's going to show. I don't know. Is somebody overvalued? Are they both overvalued? Are they both undervalued? There's just a lot of good questions for a great football game.
Yeah, I talked about this. I think like if you had this part of your bracket, if this side of your bracket, I don't know who fills out brackets for college football, but I know there were some people who did because I saw them doing it on ESPN. But if on this side of your bracket you had Ole Miss and Miami playing for a shot to win the national title, I mean, you're probably a very wealthy man. But had you asked me a month ago, was I interested in this game being for, like, I would have said, I don't want either one of these teams playing for a national title. And I still kind of don't. Because in my head, I still picture if there's a world where Oregon wins and Oregon is playing Miami for a national title.
That's the fear, right?
Suddenly it feels like, ooh, is this really what we signed up for?
If it is that, it better be the product of two phenomenal games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It better be, if we're going to get the B team, the B-side championship, it better be because of something miraculous happening twice. And other than that, I think we'll look at this going, yeah, here's the problem. When it's one and done, we really don't get anything but the survivor.
So you're telling me you want more teams in this thing?
So, yeah, you think you're upset today. Which, in fact, I think that's the great thing about the tournament, and I think that's why, over the years, the NCAA tournament has become that, because inevitably there's upsets. You just don't want too many. And as long as there's not too many, it feeds the flame.
Well,
that's why I can see you want 16, because if one upset's good, two's better.
I don't know if you're the same way as me. I love a good upset on the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. Second weekend, I'm actively rooting for all those teams to go down in flames.
Because my bracket is slowly burning to the ground.
Even if my bracket's already dead, I just still want, I don't want a Final Four with, a 9 and a 7 seed.
No,
I've got no interest in that.
I agree with that. But I do love the momentum gaining story that a tournament provides, where there's a spark that becomes a little fire, and suddenly there's a team that's doing things like they didn't think they could, and something extraordinary happens. New stars are born, and that's why the NCAA tournament has always been so thrilling, because that happens every year to a couple of teams. And I think at the end, everybody involved wants more of what we've already had, because even if we end up with this, everybody involved is going to say this was a spectacular success.
Yeah. It's been so far so good.
Yeah, again, if we have 2 duds tonight and a kind of haphazard final, then we'll start questioning a lot of things. But so far so good. I mean, we've got the underdog, soon-to-be possible champ, and the rematch going against the outlaw team that will forever be Miami, and the question Ole Miss, SEC, last one standing kind of stuff.
I think for me, my biggest concern was that when this expansion happened, that Alabama, who was a 3-loss team, who, to me, if you lose 3 games over the course of the season, you had enough chances that you shouldn't be the national champion. You've lost 3 times.
Right.
With them out, I can accept a 2-loss national championship team. And quite frankly, the only one of these teams that can be a 2-loss national championship team is Miami. If any of the other 3 teams win, it's either an unbeaten Indiana or a 1-loss Ole Miss, 1-loss Oregon. That's acceptable to me. I would have had a real hard time seeing, oh, wow, 3-loss Alabama wins the national championship, just because part of the reason why I was early against expanding this playoff was it kind of cheapens the regular season a little bit.
Well, yeah.
And those games don't matter as much now, because you can lose 2 games and you're still all right. No big deal.
But if you use the games as an appropriate building tool, like in Alabama or a lot of the schools, I understand an early loss doesn't mean we're terrible, and you give that safety net an opportunity, I do think it improves the quality. And I would agree, I love the juggernaut, and I don't think there's going to be as many anymore. That's why this Indiana story is so remarkable. I don't it's going to be that much harder to be that good, because we're paring down the power schools. You know, that there's not a lot to spread out anymore, and now there's even more conference games going to be involved. So I think the undefeated teams are going to be fewer and harder to come by. And that when we do that, since we lower the bar, then we got a whole bunch of teams that look a lot alike, and the tournament starts to look upsets and things going on.
What's going on in there, Vic?
Oh,
the fan fell, or you knocked it down?
I heard a sound and didn't see his head.
I think Vic knocked it down.
Did he pass out?
No.
In anger?
Part of me agrees with you. I think there will be fewer juggernaut teams, and I think the truth is it's because the Big Ten and the SEC have built themselves in a way that it's going to make it much more difficult to run that gauntlet.
Yeah.
But I do think there are going to be unbeaten Big 12 teams and unbeaten ACC teams, because all you got to do is be kind of good, like Texas Tech was this year.
Depending on a friendly year. Yeah, I can see how, because you're not playing the other side. But there is the conference championship game will be the separator. You know, there'll be – I think it'll look a lot like this year. You're going to have 1, maybe 2 teams from the power conferences that are undefeated, and we won't know if they're false or not until now. And even then, the difference between a 10-1 and a 7-3 team in the SEC or 7-4 team ain't that much. You know, it's a couple of missed field goals and a roadie. And so I do think we're going to see a champion sooner than later with 3 losses. I mean, especially when we go to 16.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be bothersome to me. Well, we'll talk about that. The game today, Ole Miss and Miami. We'll talk about that going out in Phoenix, Arizona. The Fiesta. I say Phoenix. I guess it's Glendale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Glendale.
Yeah. The entire Phoenix metro is like 70 miles of a stretch of road that it's just a bunch of towns pushed together. That it's just Phoenix. It's all Phoenix, the greater Phoenix area. But yeah, that game out there in the Cardinal Stadium tonight kicks off the semifinals. We got one more tomorrow, and then What a weekend of the NFL we got coming.
We don't got a lot, but what we got is really, really good.
I haven't made a wager on the Bills-Jags game. Because, dude, every expert that I've read something on or listened to someone about is like, they're on the Jags.
No way.
Everyone thinks the Bills are dead.
Aw.
I know. And I'll be intolerable if that's the case. If the Bills lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm gonna be.
I'm very
Are you gonna give up on the Bills?
Very difficult to deal
I'm very
with.
interested to hear. Give me a reasoned argument as to why.
Why? Well, because the Bills in Sean McDermott's life have never won a road playoff game. That's problematic.
Well, that's one thing. But tell me why Jacksonville will be the reason that it prolongs. Tell me why. If you can convince me, and I haven't seen enough to tell me, I don't care where you're playing. Is this team good enough to meet Buffalo if both teams are playing at their best? And I think no.
I hope you're right.
So that's why I'm
but the
really
Jags
curious
did win
to hear.
13 games.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious to hear. Tell me why you think that'll happen, because obviously I'm leaving something out.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous. I also think that even though I do think Buffalo's the better team, because if you look through all the games, it's going to be the highest scoring game. Like from the total standpoint, I think it's like 4 or 5 points higher than the next highest game, which a higher scoring game means more room for variance.
Well, that's also disrespect to Buffalo's defense.
Which may be rightful, but we'll see. We'll talk some NFL today as well. Of course, we always like to talk in some NFL. But college football, it's their day, so that'll be the big topic. But before we get into football, we got some hoops to talk, including a big trade. We've talked about it the last couple of days. Finally went down yesterday. We'll discuss that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have that trouble spot on the northwest side, I-10 eastbound as you approach Heathner. Accident, left lane blocked, a little bit of stop and go from UTSA Boulevard, and both shoulders blocked as well. This is a single vehicle accident. 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Eisenhower. That's road work that's blocking the exit ramp. On I-10 upper level eastbound, the off-ramp to northbound 35, we've got road work. And a closure 35 upper level northbound I-10 to Brooklyn Avenue. Again, ongoing road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy.
The football playoffs are here, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the gridiron action. You can make picks and win money right now here in Texas, and it is so easy. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, whatever. You get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And I think there's some great opportunities right now because we know some of these teams really care. Some of these teams really don't care. So some of these star players, you expect maybe they'll go out and play a couple snaps and be done for the day. Maybe look at some lowers on them. Maybe take some hires on some of the backup guys you think will get some run. Either way, there's always plenty of action to be had on Underdog. What are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use promo code ALAMO. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The second I see that Chick-fil-A text in the group chat, I'm throwing my shoes on and running out the door. Hey, I'm Layla.
And I'm Kaylin.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how it feels like an easygoing morning.
The chicken adds the most flavor. It's juicy and seasoned.
The biscuit is just very light and airy and fluffy, just like a cloud.
I also love to put jelly on mine so it's sweet and savory.
It's a good start to the day.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I see what you're trying to do here, Vic.
Trap. It's trap.
What? Wow. You think Dax is awake yet?
No, not till 7. He's probably awake.
Yeah, but what is that we used to have in practice? Film don't lie.
Yeah.
This is being recorded for posterity in a variety of ways. Pay no attention to that in the background. My mic's off. Yeah, but my good directional mic didn't pick that up. I'll just talk over it so you don't get in trouble.
No, just do it and I'll dump it. It'll be on the web, but not on the air.
I'm not sure what's better. Dead air or this. So we'll just keep talking and carry on. Oh, man. You know, I don't know what's worse.
I don't want to hurt no one.
The trap set. When you see the trap, you know the trap is there, and then you just go ahead and walk into it.
You still do
just
it.
Go ahead and dive right.
I mean,
into
how
that.
do you hear this song and not sing along?
This is a very shallow puddle. You know what I'm going to do? Dive in.
Especially if you're sitting around drinking a couple beers or having some smoke. You're singing this song 99 out of 100.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember we tried to go see him? We didn't get in the building in time.
Yep.
We heard him. We just didn't see him.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true.
Was he
not the one in L.A., the one here?
That is true. Yeah, it was here. Yeah.
We've been late to a lot of shows.
Yeah, we miss a lot of stuff.
This isn't the first one.
I forgot about that.
But we did hear Steve Miller.
We did,
we
but we just didn't see him with our eyes. Who was the headliner that night? Was that?
I think Real Journey?
No,
Real Journey
it was Journey, and there was one other band.
They weren't the headliner?
No, I don't think so.
Who was the other band?
I think once they got rid of
Was it U2?
Once they got rid of Steve Perry and became like the Asian guy, they can't be the
Temu
headliner
version
anymore.
of Temu Journey.
Oh, who was it? It was Def Leppard.
That's right, Def Leppard.
And that's the night where the the lady behind me was asking us to watch our language and like
that's what happens when you go to an old folks show.
like, dude, this is a rock and roll show. You can't handle the word ass.
And we're kind of in the balcony. It's not like we're in the front row. We're way back here with the common folk.
I'm here with my son. Well, you know what? Don't bring your little snot-nosed son to the rock and roll show then, Bubba. Stupid lady. I hope
we only get out about 4 times a year.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to cut loose. Yeah, I'm trying to smoke weed inside the Alamo Dome.
What's
Big
wrong
deal.
with that? We grew up doing that.
Call the cops. Don't make me call you a bad word.
Why? You have some?
Kid. Yeah.
Why do you ask? You holding?
You guys are acting like animals. You're acting like a bunch of animals. What kind of example is this for my 12-year-old son?
How many times is he going to get to see Journey?
I'll throw your son off this balcony, woman. When I was a kid, I would have got thrown off the balcony if I tried to interrupt grown folks at a rock and roll show. This generation's soft. Soft!
Well, you know how soft you are when you consider Def Leppard a rock and roll show anymore?
Yeah.
That's the geriatric rock show.
That's right, man.
Over by 10.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Thank
mad at
God.
it. That's why we had to go hard while we were there. The show's going to be over by 10. We got to get wasted fast.
Get hard. Get to gyms before 11.
That's right. All right. It gets done. We talked about it the last couple days. The assumption was Trae Young would be traded. He is indeed traded, and indeed traded to the Washington Wizards. The return, C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. Atlanta has decided to build around a young core of pretty cheap players. Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels.
They got better. Atlanta
Sachet.
the trade was weird for a lot of reasons, but Atlanta got better.
Maybe.
No, they got better. They're building around. They brought in a couple of shooters. C.J. McCollum is a consummate professional for a bunch of young kids. That backcourt got exceedingly better. They're a better team.
None of those guys have the ceiling that Trae Young has.
Oh, no, but it's addition by subtraction, brother.
I tend to agree with that.
They made their team better. They're not more talented. Certainly you don't trade away one of the top 10 dudes who's probably going to lead the league in scoring next year. I don't judge it by that, though. Atlanta got better and got out from underneath a mess, and the Wizards became what the Wizards have always been, the Wizards. And they did a wizardly thing.
The problem is defensively they were just so bad when he was on the floor. And I've said for a long time, this guy is an empty box scorer.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at this deal. I just thought, I kind of thought they could have got a little more of a haul for him.
Well, every GM said what you said. Dude doesn't play defense, man. Look at the differential. And until Jalen Brunson learned to play a regular defense and be a hard-nosed defender, he was the Trae Young of that time. So until you play defense, brother, you're going to be a scorer, and you can drop a bunch of dimes, and your teams you'll never win more than 35 games.
Yeah. The Hawks have the better of the first-round picks from Milwaukee and the Pelicans, which the Pelicans
they're headed south.
That might be that might be the number one pick. So if Atlanta gets that, then suddenly you've got right now the ESPN projections give the Atlanta the number one pick about 15% of the time. So you've got a young core now.
And we have theirs next year?
No, I think you've got theirs this year, but this is a different one that they've traded for.
Right. So we have this one.
You've got
as
their
they
regular
improve,
pick.
ours decreases.
Yeah. They can kind of I think they can build around a little more defensively. They'll get a star in the draft, presumably, unless they just take Boozer and stick with just guys who it's going to be like a lunch pail kids gang. I don't know if that's the case, but you've got no one making $30 million on your roster, which is a big deal, especially if you're even moderately competitive, which Atlanta kind of is. It's not a bad situation. And for the Wizards,
they're not done, man. They're going to move Porzingis.
I would assume,
still moving. This is not the team they're going to be at the deadline, and that doesn't mean McCollum stays in a Atlanta uniform very long.
I would imagine he doesn't.
So
I think
I feel like there's more dice to be rolled with these guys. So this is what they're set with, and yes, because they have those draft picks, they can be pretty fluid in what they want to do. So I get the sense there's more movement to be made.
Corey Kispert's the other guy in this trade. I'm a Corey Kispert fan. I understand he's not a really good NBA player, but I like his skill set. I like him. He's a pretty solid defender. The problem is he is kind of I say he's a pretty solid defender, which is more than I can say for Luke Kennard. But otherwise, he and Luke Kennard kind of are the same guy.
He's cheaper.
He is cheaper, and he's under contract for longer. He's under contract through 2029.
Kennard's runs out this
Kennard's
year.
a one-year deal.
I'd like to see Kennard land here.
Yeah. Although Kennard has defensive liability issues for sure.
Not why he's here.
Yeah, he'd have one job here.
Yeah, just let it go, baby.
But yeah, I don't think it's bad for Washington either, though.
No.
Does
he feel like the modern Carmelo Anthony? Like, yeah, you're going to have a fine career up there, and you're going to get a lot of numbers.
Yeah. Here is the thought. Like, you've got Koulibaly, Keyshawn George, and Alex Sarr, who are all children, and you're trying to develop them. And one thing that can help those guys develop is a capable lead guard.
And look, you're going to get passes. He's going to give you 11, 12 assists a game in a normal flow. He is that good, but
the problem is he just dominates the ball.
Yep.
In a way that it's hard to get your young guys better. It's hard to have a Trae Young on your team without it being a Trae Young team.
Yes.
And
that's why Atlanta
we've seen that a Trae Young team isn't good enough.
Well, a Trae Young on a heater can beat a lot of teams over a 10-game span, but that heater can't never last. You can look back at what he did a couple years ago. It's been 4 or 5, but his second year where they take the playoff series against the Knicks, and it was all him, man. I mean, he carried a team, and it's still possible. And I think that's what it comes down to with Washington. What's a success? When you look at the deal, what are you going to view as a successful move? Is it his personal success? And you can justify it by the numbers. Look, we traded for the leading scorer and assist guy in the NBA, which he's fully capable of doing it. Or are you judging it by wins and losses? And where are your priorities? If it's about winning home games, it's a win. You know what I mean? You're going to win some more home games just because you got Trae Young, but doesn't mean you're going to win more games.
I think if your goal is to start this as part of a process, you still looking at Trae Young as a movable part, then I think this is a good move for the Wizards because I think now eventually he's going to become a value piece.
Why did he want to go to Washington unless they were going to promise him to go ahead and give him the gig? I don't think this is a tryout. He wanted to go there. I think there are promises made. If not, Washington was very wise. I hope they put him on hey, prove it to us, and if not, we'll just let you go. We got rid of some contract money, and we'll open the door to a whole bunch of money.
If that's what it is, I think it's a good move.
I hope that's the case. I just don't think it is.
If this is the Wizards thinking, man, Trae Young is going to make us a contender in the East, that ain't working.
That's what I'm saying. What do you view as a success in this deal? Because if it's about more wins and contention, this didn't do it.
No, I agree. All right, let's take a break. Well, the Spurs played last night. We'll talk about them on the other side. Back in the win column, Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have that trouble spot on the northwest side, I-10 eastbound as you approach Heavener. Accident, left lane blocked, a little bit of stop and go from UTSA Boulevard, and both shoulders blocked as well. This is a single vehicle accident. 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Eisenhower. That's road work that's blocking the exit ramp. On I-10 upper level eastbound, the off-ramp to northbound 35, we've got road work. And a closure 35 upper level northbound I-10 to Brooklyn Avenue. Again, ongoing road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Frankly, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com. Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we've got reaction to the big game inside the Frost Bank Center, Spurs and Lakers.
And we'll get you ready for the big college football semifinal matchup. Ole Miss taking on Miami Thursday night.
And how are the Texans getting ready for the old man, Aaron Rodgers? We'll ask John McClain when he joins us at 5:15.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I just crush a lot.
I hate that that's the good old days. This music.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Big Pun was onto something, man. He was good. Fat rappers are usually pretty good.
I'm down with, I love a fat rapper and a fat kicker.
Yeah. And a fat comedian. Fat comedians are usually way funnier.
And a good fat closer.
Like
fat
Ralph,
pitcher is always a good
like
one.
Ralphie May and Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Ralphie May was a funny dude.
All right. Los Spurs, shocker, after losing a game that against a team that no one thought they should lose to. They win a game against one of the better teams in the league, although
that was a shell of themselves.
I was just saying,
night.
it wasn't a complete version
Luka
of
and the Stooges.
The Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt, Jake LaRavia, DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, the guys starting with Luka. And boy, any game where Dalton Connect gets almost 20 minutes, you know things have gone bad.
Hey, to their credit, they scrapped. I will give them every bit, but Luka is so ridiculously good that he lifted that bunch of stooges into a competitive game because he was alone. They couldn't hit a shot from the outside to save their lives. And the dude in the corner was open all night. The Spurs just knew no one can hit that. So they left him alone all night long. And, they hit 1 in 6. It was a scrappy game. Give them credit. They fought hard to get that win, but it wasn't pretty.
No, it was I don't know. It was a workmanlike performance. We still didn't see it wasn't a good showing for Dylan Harper. Again, it was another bad game for De'Aaron Fox.
He just can't hit the side of a barn, man. And Harrison Barnes isn't shooting much better.
Well, Champagny was off last night. Spurs starters last night. Well, first of all, the Spurs went 4 of 25 from 3.
That is just it's no way to go through life, son.
The starters, though, 0 of 15.
I know, man. It was brutal. It was so ugly. It was an ugly game. But, to their credit, at least they won an ugly game because they had no business. And worth any team who played that bad should lose a game.
If your starters go 0 of 15 from 3 and you win the game, you must have done a lot of other stuff right, or the other team just stunk.
And that was it. Hey, man. Take it. That's a game most often we play down to the level like we had the night before and just give it away. And they didn't do that. They actually pressed on the gas in the fourth quarter.
It was a triple-double night for Luka. The problem was there was just nobody to help him. LaRavia actually played pretty well. Nobody on the bench really gave impactful minutes.
No.
And none of the other starters were much of a factor. It's just hard to.
There were 2 possessions that Marcus Smart didn't even go down the court to play offense. I've never heard of cherry picking on defense.
So he's just like, yeah, you guys go get this. I'll wait here for.
There were 2 possessions in a row, late in the first, where he didn't even go down the court to play offense. Luka had the ball. He knew he wasn't going to get it, so he just stayed back and stood ready to play defense at the free throw line.
It's a way to take away transition defense or transition offense.
I don't know if it was by design, but I will give Reddick credit because it really was Luka alone, and for them to be in it even into the third was an achievement because they did. They mucked it up. They made it really ugly. It was an ugly game, and a lot of it was because of what the Lakers did. It wasn't just because the Spurs were inept. Those guys hustled. They were hitting the floor. They did all the other stuff, but it was an ugly game that the Spurs probably walked away from a little bruised. I mean, it was rough and tumble.
Yeah, Spurs pulled away in the second half, and I mean that's what you should do against a team with not much depth. Wemby plays 26 minutes, which is actually more than I would have expected in a game like this.
They didn't get him in until late in the game, and I think they felt pressed to keep him in late because of that.
16 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 4 turnovers. Another pretty solid night on short minutes for Wemby, although he also added to the three-point woes, 0 for 3 for him. It was just an awful shooting night for the Spurs. But sometimes it just doesn't matter if the other team's inept. And in the late, I watched. I didn't watch the entirety of this game, but I watched it enough to feel like the Lakers went into this game expecting to lose it.
There was a sense of, well, no LeBron, no Hachimura, no Reeves, that it's going to be hard. But I'll give Luka credit. I mean, he went out and he did all he could do. As far as dominating the ball, he was a willing passer. He kicked it to open dudes. I mean, he did what you're supposed to do as a superstar. There just wasn't enough help. And the Spurs won 50-50 balls. I mean, they did bust their ass to go get the win. But at some point, we're going to have to put an egg under their bed or something, because the shooting slump that this team is in is ridiculous. This is now 3 straight games of just bad shooting.
And the Lakers, who, if you just look at the standings, you go, oh, the Lakers are the 4 seed in the Western Conference. That's pretty good. If you go all the way back to the first time that the Spurs beat the Lakers, that 132-119 win, these are the teams the Lakers have beaten: Suns, Jazz, Kings, Grizzlies, Pelicans.
Gosh, the West sounds like the East.
Their losses: Clippers, Suns, Rockets, Pistons, Spurs. There's a theme here. Teams with a pulse, they're losing. Teams that suck, they're smacking around. The Lakers are frauds.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're down 3 starters. You're just going to be bad, but their starters ain't that good. Reeves, can get on a heater, and there's a reason why they won 23 games. I mean, when I saw that, I thought
23 and 12.
Yeah. So, I hate to give credit to a guy that I don't quite frankly think should have gotten the job, but Redick's doing a pretty decent-ass job with a bunch of guys. There's not a lot of skill and talent there. There's just a bunch of, pieces that Redick, they won 23 games with this roster. Yeah. And I think, LeBron is a nominal thing, but Bryant Reeves matters. And when he's in there, they're a very different team because Luka has such gravity. Reeves gets open jump shots all night long. Last night, just no one could hit him.
Yeah, LeBron is still 22, 7, and 5. It's not nominal.
No, you're right. But nominal
if his name
LeBron
wasn't LeBron James, we'd be like, wow, that's a big loss.
But I look at their 23 wins. I don't know how many of them he's even played in.
Yeah, he's only played 18 games, which, by the way, I think he's got one more game he's allowed to miss. It's getting pretty dire for him as far as
that'll force him to come back for another year.
Yeah.
So he can give the goodbye and be an All-NBA.
Again, I think you said it best. It was a shell of what the Lakers are. Yeah. And the Spurs took care of business. That's the way you're supposed to do it. There was a little altercation after the game. We'll talk about that on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. But wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Over 3 million Texans struggle with diabetes. They're our neighbors, teachers,
doctors and nurses, police officers, and often our family members. Across every walk of life, Texans may be fighting a serious health battle, but there's hope for a cure. Right now, when you make a donation to HelpStopDiabetes.com, Thomas J. Henry will generously match your donation, with all proceeds supporting the American Diabetes Association. Because when we take care of each other, we take care of Texas. Please, make your donation today. Visit HelpStopDiabetes.com.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-2013. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-2013. That's 800-444-2013. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Zuckerberg stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments. The electricity is palpable. Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Did you do that when you had the turntables? Did you keep the vodka in the mixer in between them?
Yep, sure did. Never drank it, but I happed it.
That'd be cool if I
had a long straw.
If I was a DJ, that's what I would do.
Like you're hydrating with a otter, whatever those backpack,
camelback.
Camelbacks.
I remember they always bring me free beer and drinks.
Gotta
and
feed the DJ, baby.
Nah, I just gave them to the chicks who came up. I didn't drink. So.
You didn't drink then?
Mm-mm. I never drank, yeah. Oh, I went through the whole military career without drinking a beer.
What?
That's why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
Dude, what a scrub.
And I still had kidney cancer.
That's
right.
bold,
Like,
man.
how did that happen?
Yeah, you did all the right things.
Well, the Lord giveth and taketh away. I can tell you that.
Meanwhile, I'm all I do is poison my body, and here I am, pretty.
I know, all healthy and
pretty
everything.
healthy.
Well,
Yeah.
We're all just pictures of health.
I haven't got to look at the. I haven't gotten to look at the YouTube much today, but as I check it now, I see Rob. There's
Oh
some.
no, I hadn't opened it. Let's see what's going on here.
Let's see.
Defend my good.
Rob looks like a BG.
Let me.
Yeah,
I look like a what?
Like a BG. Looks.
That's a new one. Which one?
And you look like a BG with an Urban Cowboy shirt on St. Patty's Day.
Oh, okay. Is it? Who's the one with the Farrah Fawcett hair and the beard? Is that Maurice? Is that no? I think Andy's the one that died young, right?
I'll be honest. Like outside of Maurice Gibb, I can't. What I don't know
Barry,
who the other
I
guy.
think Barry's the
Barry
badass
Gibb.
one.
That's right.
Barry freaking Gibb.
Let's see. The one with the beard was Barry.
Yeah, Barry was the tough one.
Maurice was the one with the unfortunate hairline.
Yes. And
That
then
was like. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't have long flowing hair and it starts like in the middle of your head. That's a bad look. And then Robin was the one that like looked like a trans lady.
Yeah, Robin. Robin was on the percentages. 10%.
How many of them are still alive?
I think they're all gone.
Are they?
I know Barry was the last one. Or maybe Maurice. No, Maurice was the first to go. I think Robin was the last one.
Okay. Nope, Barry's still alive.
Oh, Barry's still around.
Yep. Yeah.
See, the no hair, that's what got you. He's still there.
No,
Barry's
the one that looks like
the
you.
oldest one. I look like Barry on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Oh, dude, I aspire to that.
Damn.
What happened to his face? It's all swole up.
I mean, he's
Speaking of
he's
swole up faces,
79 years old.
did you see what's his name? Mickey Rourke's about to be homeless.
Oh my God! Have
See
you
that?
seen- Yeah.
Have you seen Mickey Rourke?
They have a GoFundMe.
Mickey
going.
Rourke's looked homeless for like 30 years.
But some of that was on purpose. Now we're talking about legit homelessness, and he looks like Nosferatu.
Yeah, he's a
This
gross
dude
looking
has
dude.
turned into a ghoul.
I think a lot of the times he got jobs because he looked like a ghoul.
I
And
mean,
now it's like he's really stepped into it.
that Bondo held on in all the wrong places. He's dripping apart, but the poor guy is going to be homeless. Needs $59,000. I almost went to his GoFundMe to give him $1 or $2.
I mean,
I'd give him $1.
I'd give him some bucks. I mean, I've enjoyed his movies.
I went and watched The Wrestler in theaters. That's me, like.
Oh yeah, that was a
I gave him
great
some
movie.
money.
It was a very enjoyable flick that I did not think I was going to like.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't. I have a hard time feeling bad for these dudes who
know.
are like multimillionaires who blow their money on blow and strippers and hookers. And
But
it's
I
like,
appreciate a man who knows how to spend his money.
I know, but then when you run out of it, it's like, well,
Yeah,
man,
don't come asking me for something.
Yeah, you live fast and then
Yeah.
you just deal with the consequence. That's the deal, man.
But there's got to be some mailbox money coming somewhere, brother. I mean,
does anybody feel like when you hear about Antonio Brown's money issues, do you feel bad?
well, I don't think
I have a
Mickey
hard
was
time
ever
feeling bad.
a criminal. I just think he was a decadent, partier. I never thought of him as a
You remember
like a
he
rapey. Is
well,
he rapey?
He beat up his wife.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that Carrie Otis lady.
Oh, yeah.
He smacked her
I
around
didn't
back
know
in the
that.
day. But I guess the charges. I don't know. Maybe they didn't stick. I don't
Carrie
know.
Otis in the second 8.5 weeks.
Yeah.
You ever see the first 8.5 weeks? If you hadn't, a lot of boys became men in that movie.
All right, let's take a break. I did want to get into the Sohan thing. We haven't gotten to do it yet. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. Member FDIC.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Let's see what our own Reverend Charles has to say about reparation.
Oh, Lord. I've preached this sermon many times. If you want your reparations, I hope you get it. Because commandment number 6 is thou shalt not covet what thy neighbor have. And don't look at his wife, and don't look at his wife's ass neither.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-691-9999. That's 800-691-9999.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our locations and check out the new Kubota L2502 package deal, including a 4-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. From the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay is going to be on the northeast side, and this is due to some road work. 35 southbound from Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. It's a 45-minute commute. Only the left lane is open. It's got you stop and go from Pat Booker Road. On 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Eisenhower. Roadworks blocking the exit ramp. And that wreck at I-10 eastbound approaching Huebner is cleared. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs got on the right side of the street, taking down the Los Angeles Lakers 107-91. Keldon Johnson led the way with 27 points off the bench. Wibby played, adding 16 points and 14 rebounds, also off the bench. Another NBA news, a huge trade as Trae Young, the four-time All-Star guard from Atlanta, is headed to Washington in exchange for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. In college football, the games begin. College football playoffs start tonight. The semifinal matchup features the Miami Hurricanes taking on the 6th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl. Kickoff set for 6:30. You can catch the game live on 94.1. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o! Good morning. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob on a small Friday on a playoff.
Yeah, man. I don't think we can call it small now. That's a huge Thursday.
Big game tonight.
Big Thursday? Nah, that doesn't sound good. I don't like that at all. No. Never mind.
Hey, how about
no, small Friday. It's still that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thirsty Thursday has always been a thing. I like those.
Can you have Thirsty Thursday and Dry January?
Yeah. Dry January
is stupid and pointless, and stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Although, you know what I've done recently? And it's not just since January. I've been doing it for I'd say about 6 weeks now. I'm limiting my drinking to only the weekends. Friday and Saturday nights.
As Dr. Torres will be the first to say, all things in moderation.
Man.
All things.
Yeah. Now, Friday and Saturday, I'm getting shipwrecked.
I was going to say,
pollute your body.
Yeah.
And then even that gets more difficult.
It does. Yeah, but no, I'm trying to make it where I'm at least like keeping track of what day it is, how many drinks I'm having.
Waking up knowing where I am.
And I fully believe if I can go Sunday night through Thursday night without a drink, there's no way I'm an alcoholic, right?
No.
Well, there's
real alcoholic couldn't go Sunday through Thursday.
No, but there's binge drinkers.
I am that. Yeah.
Which I take great pride in.
Yeah, big deal.
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, if you've never crushed 20 beers in one sitting, then
I'm a competitor. I'm in it to win it, man.
Yeah, what are you, some kind of little...
I've never crushed 20 beers like in my life.
What?
At all. I don't drink beer.
I've had 20 beer days, more than my share. I can tell you that.
Nothing.
When I was in the Army, mind you, at this time I'm like 19.
Yeah,
and I had there was a time where I didn't have a roommate. So the second bedroom in my barracks room was empty.
Really? How lucky is that?
It only lasted about like 4 or 5 weeks. But
that's still good.
I had 2 buddies come over, and we started drinking beers, and it was 12-pack of bottles of Bud Light.
Bud Light, all right.
Okay. And we probably ended up, between the 3 of us, drinking, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 12-packs. And we had all the bottles stacked in that room, so it looked like it was just this giant pool of empty beer bottles.
Oh my God!
That's a lot of fun until you wake up the next day and you smell it. Good God!
Yeah, you got to clean that up.
Sour beer.
What
a trophy, though. Look at this.
Yeah, we were so proud of ourselves.
Are you the one that wakes up and then drinks whatever was left in half a bottle?
Not of that.
And then there's a cigarette in it, right?
Yeah. That is not that was back when I would if I drank 20 beers, I'd be like, let me get a Newport.
Yep.
Yeah. See? You see?
Yeah.
I don't know, but all my friends, I see how they were the next day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. There's no way. I have too much to do to be in bed all day. So,
But that was also, I'm telling
you could get up and go to work, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was young enough to do that, but
we just powered through in the same clothes we had on the day before, but we powered through.
But in
chewing gum, right?
In 1999, the best deal you could get was on base at the little PX shop down the road.
Is this Kentucky?
Yeah. $1.50 for a 40-ounce of Mickey's Fine Malt liquor in a big mouth.
That's the hair of the dog, right?
And I mean, we would do Edward 40 hands and tape them on and like. Get it done, baby. And I mean, you got to think about that. For literally less than, because there's no tax on base either. So you buy 3 40 ounces.
That's how much it is. Yeah.
For $4.50, and you are getting plowed.
Yes.
For under $5.
That's the cheapest hangover you can get.
Oh man! And when we would drink Mickey's, I knew the next day I was going to throw up on our run. Because we ran every day, and it was either it was between 2 and 12 miles we would run every morning, and you never knew until you showed up. But we would try to time it out where if we ran 12 miles on a Tuesday,
you knew Wednesday would be a good.
Tuesday night was a night we were trying to drink because they weren't gonna try to kill us. But if you messed up and they were like, oh, we're running 7 miles today, and you drank 3 40s the night before. Oh,
it seems like there's a method to that madness. Yeah, they wanted that cheap beer. They wanted you to suffer.
And
you up.
My role model, Drill Sergeant Heckathorn, at Fort Benning, Georgia. But both my drill sergeants were just straight up alcoholics. And
sweet.
One was a tall dude named Drill Sergeant Bennett. The other one was a short little stumpy white dude named Heckathorn. And Heckathorn was calling cadence running one day, and we're running, and he just. He stopped mid-run, puked for about 7-8 seconds straight, just projectile.
And then outran you both.
Got back in formation and started calling cadence again. I was like, man, this dude's hard. That's what I need to be. That's what I aspire to. That's a real infantryman right there.
That's who I want out on running point. I'll tell you that.
And here I am now.
I want you front and center.
Here I am now. All right, let's talk about the altercation last night. First of all, of note, Jeremy Sohan is on the San Antonio Spurs.
We have a proof of life.
Yeah, he exists. And he existed long enough yesterday to get out and get into a physical altercation because Jared Vanderbilt poked him in the face, poked Jeremy Sohan in the face. Sohan says, I must have said something to him during the game, and maybe it wasn't very nice. He must have taken it the wrong way and told me to see him after the game, so I did, and we just had a polite exchange. I was, I think, intact and very joyful, and the other person wasn't. Yeah, he just wasn't emotionally stable in that moment, so it's something he has to work on. It's just life.
The condescending Euro.
Fox got in the middle of it and grabbed Jared Vanderbilt, who I guess, like you said, he knows
those guys came up together in Houston.
He grabbed him and walked him away.
And they were talking to each other. I mean, they had their own little voice battle.
But apparently that was a little more friendly. Then Champagne came over and shoved Vanderbilt. Luka came over. Jackson Hayes came over trying to calm things down. But it did get a little weird.
It was a typical old school Lakers, Spurs. They don't like each other. It's ingrained. It's one of those things. If you're a Spur, you hate the Lakers, and that because when you're a Spur and you look into the Frost Center and a third of the uniforms you see are yellow or purple. Yeah, I take a little umbrage with that.
The idea that Sohan is now playing basically with a for sale sign on his back.
Yeah, he's what Jeremy is now. When you drive by a car dealer and there's that one car that's up on the platform with a spotlight on it, That's Jeremy Sohan. He is now the car that is up on the platform, right on the road.
Spinning.
New discounts. Yeah, it is heavy discounts right now. Come in and test drive. That's a couple of showcase games for him.
He's a 2023 model. They're trying to get the hell off the floor.
A few miles on him, but it runs fine.
It is weird. And now he said he's trying not to think about what life would be like outside of San Antonio, but he said, I feel like I've put a lot of blood and sweat here to this city. I'm going to put all that into wherever I am, and I'm here right now. So I'm staying here. It's out of my control. I feel like there's waves. It's up and down. There's days where it's sunny and then days where it's dark. I think my career's been like that. I feel like I put a lot of effort into doing the right thing, and sometimes things happen you can't control.
Gosh, that's sad. That whole statement's sad.
Some of it's positive, some negative. It's been dark, but what can I do? I can't control it. The most important thing is to stay in the present, and that's what I'm doing.
Dude, you know, there's 99.99% of all human men would like to live your life right now, even where you sit. I mean, the worst case scenario is you go back to Europe and make $3 million a year and be a star on the team you land on. I mean, that's the worst thing that happens. He's just not going to be a Spur anymore. I will say this: in watching him, and I have no verifiable proof. Nobody has said anything to me. I haven't heard a whisper. I think he's dealing with an injury that is never going to get better. I think the way that he's talking, it feels like he's talking like not just his end of his career as a Spur, but as a basketball player. And when you see him warm up, just coming off the warm-ups, he's icing both knees. I mean, from the moment he gets on the court, and I got no proof of this. This is just my supposition. But the world ain't over, brother. I mean, you're going to get paid through the year. And the worst case scenario is you're going to be in a uniform from somebody else unless you get traded and cut. And either way, you're getting paid.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
And you're going to be, I mean, you're an average dude in the NBA. You're a star in Europe. And, going back home and playing for CSK Russia or wherever you might end up, that's not a bad life. Ask a lot of NBA dudes.
Listen, with the new rules, he might be eligible to go back to college.
You know what? He could play with the other pro there in Baylor. I watched him play last night at Iowa State. They need him. It's sad because he did do all of that, and he's a victim of timing. He was never developed appropriately because when he got here, Pop made him play point guard for a year just because he had a skill set that was vague enough to where maybe he could pick it up, and it was an abject failure. And he lost 2 years of positionless, who are you going to be in the NBA?
But also, Jeremy Sohan never should have been a top 10 pick.
But it was an overpick. But in hindsight, it was a kind of pick you make when you're better than we were. I will always say this: Jeremy Sohan's the kind of guy that great teams have, but good teams can't afford. Yeah. He's a glue guy that can do a lot of stuff. But shoot isn't one of them.
He's a finishing touch. He shouldn't be part of your.
Absolutely.
Your drivetrain.
So, I think he's gotten caught in the numbers, and, there's been other dudes just like him that have come and gone that had every good intention. It was just bad timing, and he feels to be a product of that.
Well, it does make sense that they would showcase him, try and see if they can get something for him. I don't know what the return would be on someone like Jeremy Sohan. I can't imagine it's much at this point.
Late pick. He's an expiring contract unless he can prove value.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be a free agent and latch onto a team that absolutely needs what he needs, what he offers. And I don't know if the team that's trading for it will be that or he just is on the market next year.
Now, there are teams that don't have a lot of depth that could use
absolutely.
That can actually use him, but those teams also know that there's very few of them, and they're not going to have to overpay either.
Exactly, and I can find another guy a lot younger than you to pay less.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, Jerry Jones is opening his mouth again. First of all, he's saying some weird things, but he's also saying some things that, boy, it sure does make me wonder if he is aware of his real circumstance. So we'll talk about that coming up next. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. The football playoffs, they are here, baby, and Underdog's the best place to get in on all the action. It is so simple. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions. You get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. And for Wild Card Weekend, Underdog's adding a gimme pick on a quarterback of your choice from any of the Wild Card games to get started, which means if that quarterback throws for 1 yard, you're a winner. 1 yard. I'd be careful about using it on Bryce Young because you never know. crazier things have happened, or Jalen Hurts for that matter. You never know. But guys, if you're looking for a place to play, you're looking for a way to make these games a little more interesting, Underdog is the way to go. I'm going to be looking at a lot of Josh Allen throwing props on Underdog. I think he's going to go higher on his throwing because it's hard to run on the Jags. As much as the Bills have loved to run all year, I think it's going to be tough in this game. What are you waiting for, guys? Download this app today. Use the promo code ALAMO. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for new game plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature-Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
The Alcoholics.
Yeah.
Make room. I bet a lot of people don't know this stuff.
I don't. I like it.
I weigh 190, but I'm fat.
Unless the song's in a movie. Right?
Pretty much have to be.
Yeah. I like hose and clothes, but like them better in the sheets.
See? Classic.
Yeah.
Who is this?
The Alcoholics.
The Alcoholics.
Oh, that really, I thought you were talking about us. Oh. This is the band.
Yeah.
Nope, don't know this. And the fact that you do and still know the lyrics continues to astound.
Yeah, you're a prodigy.
This is like Rain Man.
Stop, guys.
Wapner's on.
Don't make me prove that I know the lyrics.
Just setting another trap. Wapner's on.
That's true. All right. The owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. First of all, Clarence Hill asked him yesterday, is Eberflus or is Schottenheimer going to have any say on who the new defensive coordinator is? And after a minute, Jerry goes, well, I think Trump just said it. I run Venezuela. It's like, that's an ill-timed joke. Just throwing that out there. Maybe not the best. Maybe that's not the best way to word it.
But I get the sensibility. The Cowboys are his own personal Venezuela.
I mean,
in a lot of ways.
A simple no would suffice. I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of, when he said that, you could hear the room go, ooh.
And then,
ooh, that was a rough one.
Yesterday.
Let's all giggle and laugh nervously.
Yesterday, he brought up it's his goal to retire as the NFL owner with the most Super Bowl wins. Now, this is a man who hasn't been to the NFC title game in 30 years. And Robert Kraft has 6 Super Bowl rings and is back in the playoffs this year.
Well, I mean.
And Jerry Jones said, I got work to do.
Yeah, you do.
He has made it clear he's not going to retire. He is going to be the Cowboys owner and GM until the day he dies.
My cold, dead hands.
The question, though, is at what point, if that, and first of all, let me ask you, do you believe he really thinks there's a chance where he could do that?
I believe he believes he can.
Do you think that Jerry Jones ever looks in the mirror and says, the way that I'm doing this is not going to work?
No, because I think we have to make, it's like AI now. The thing with AI is you have to learn to ask the right question. Right. If you ask the right question, you're going to get the right answer. The question you have to ask Jerry is,
are you senile?
No. You say Super Bowl, but what in your mind is success?
I mean,
because you say Super Bowl, but your actions tell me that you view success as
being talked about.
How many times am I mentioned?
Yeah.
And how much money is in the bank?
Correct.
And if you ask that question, do you see yourself as a success on the way out? Yes, I'm going to be talked about and I'm going to make a lot of money. And if that by chance means a Super Bowl, which you're saying, but your actions tell me that you view success as mentions, retweets, and dollars. That's it. And until you show me by your actions, not by your words, yeah, I believe your actions far more than your words. And I believe you are never going to sell this franchise, and you're going to view, as long as I made $1 more this year than I did last year, it's a success.
He's right.
He said, we'll do some dramatic things. And this is talking about what they have to do to win. We'll do some dramatic things. That was a dramatic thing we did trading Micah. We didn't do it not to win games. Well, could have fooled me. The point is, this calls for some pretty controversial decisions. We're going to keep this thing as good as we can possibly be. Listen to this sentence. Finances are no object.
Well,
we're going to make it as entertaining as we can and keep it as lively as we can for everybody.
That's what you say on the 2 days after the season is over, and you're sitting and watching the. Next time you see me, we're gonna be awesome.
Yeah. And they did ask him about the. They say they are focused on the guys in house for free agency first. That includes George Pickens, Javonte Williams, Jadeveon Clowney. But he says if we have an opportunity in free agency and we have more than one opportunity, we're going to take advantage of the fact we're in better shape today to play free agency than we thought we might be. So we're going to use it. We're not saving it in our back pocket.
Well, that would be a change.
And he says we're definitely also going to take advantage of these 2 number 1 draft picks. Don't think that we couldn't do some trading with those 2 number 1s. All the value that you get out of having these extra picks and having some flexibility under the cap, we're going to take advantage of all of it.
Sounds good, man. Man, you've got this speech down. You've given it, 32 times now?
Yeah.
You're pretty good at it.
Yeah, he's got
I almost believe it.
All figured out.
Almost got me there.
I also saw a list of the most likely replacements for Matt Eberflus. And for the most part, I mean, Brian Flores is a name that we've heard a lot. Raheem Morris is another name that's now starting to become popular. I think would be a good call. Jonathan Gannon
seems to be another one I'm here. And who's the Denver guy? The Denver
Vance Joseph.
Is it Vance Joseph?
They're looking at people are thinking he's going to be a head coach.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other one besides Gannon, which I'd be interested in Jonathan Gannon too. He's only 43 years old. Jim Schwartz is the other one, and I'll tell you this, man. Jim Schwartz he was not a good head coach. Very, very good defensive coordinator.
I'm trying to figure, was he a Bear? Where was he?
He was with the Ravens. He was with the Titans. He's been with the Bills. He's been with the Eagles.
That's where I remember him, the Eagles.
When they won their Super Bowl in 2017, he was an Eagle. He was the Bills DC when the Bills hired Rex Ryan. And the Bills had the best defense in the league, and Rex Ryan fired him.
Right.
Because he wanted to wanted to have his own thing.
Again, you can tell by my ignorance by these guys. I remember the names, but my prereq.
He was the head coach of the Lions for about 4 or 5 years.
That's another place I remember. I can picture him in the baseball cap. My prereq, at least in my book, in my checklist, first and foremost, is previous head coaching experience. I want a guy that I can bring in where Shoddy doesn't even have to go across the hall.
Well,
just go handle your business and let Shoddy do what he did, and we'll meet on Fridays.
Raheem Morris, Jonathan Gannon, Jim Schwartz, Brian Flores, they all have that in common.
You notice that? So you've met my prereq. Now tell me your style.
Although Matt Eberflus also had head coaching experience.
I agree, and that was a whiff, but that doesn't mean you didn't hire the right credentials. You just didn't hire the right guy.
Yeah, I have a it's funny, like looking back at those Jerry comments, I don't think he really believes there's a world where he can survive, or even I don't know if he even really thinks he can get one more Super Bowl. But I think
he believes that.
Dude. I think when he says that, it's his way of saying I'm going to try until my last breath is out of me. And I do really believe that is the case.
No, there's no. But
so anybody who says, "Oh, he needs to give up this duty," that ain't going to happen.
No, it's not. And I don't think. I think Stephen knows he's the heir to the throne, but he's going to be kind of like Prince Charles for a long-ass time. But eventually, even when he'll be old by the time he does get to take over the steering wheel. But I think he understands the place. But I do think his influence is growing. He does have a major role in this. So it ain't going to – if it's going as close to his direction as he's going to be able to get it until he actually has it. But I know he has a fair amount.
Couple of names that have now – declared for the NFL draft. So guys who will be, I guess, in a way, available to the Cowboys. Their Ohio State star safety, Caleb Downs.
This is an unfortunate situation, man.
He is the top defensive back in college football. He won the Jim Thorpe Award. 2-time unanimous All-American. Is headed to the NFL. He was an Alabama transfer.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Alabama in 23, and then has played the last 2 years at Ohio State. Very, very good player. And he and Carnell Tate also announced that he is going to. And neither one of these guys are surprises. They're probably top 10 picks. But Ohio State losing some real talent. Ty Simpson, the quarterback of Alabama, Not that he would be a Cowboys target, but he did announce yesterday that he is going to head to the NFL draft and pretty much automatically becomes the number 3 quarterback prospect.
Which ain't I don't know. I think this might be a little soon.
Maybe.
I know you're racing it. I know he's got a lot of talent, but I think another year in college certainly suit him.
I will say this, and his dad is the football coach at UT Martin, so like a FCS school. He said every NFL GM that they talked to gave Ty Simpson a first-round grade. Not one of them said second round. And mind you, we're in a world where Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore have not declared yet. Now, chances are good that they will, but neither one of them have declared yet. So it's at least, I don't think it's a bad move by Ty Simpson. I think I don't.
No, I'm not mad at him, but I was hoping the new finances in college football would keep these guys that are almost kind of nearly guys that, he's an NFL quarterback. I don't question that. But get another year where you're the man, you're getting the snaps, you're the lead dude, you're getting all the coaching and all the stuff, and show up next year so much more prepared to be a quarterback instead of being left to the whims of a well, at least if he's the last of the quarterbacks taken, that's a very good position to be in because he will be taken by a team that, quite frankly, doesn't have to have him on the field immediately.
Yeah.
And that might be the best thing for him. And if they're doing the calculus.
Or taken by a team that's already got some piece, like,
at
could
30th?
be like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe the wise move is to go in right now, knowing that I'm not going to go to a franchise to save them. I'm going to a franchise to show up in 2 years, and they're willing to wait for me to develop. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. But if he ends up going in the first round in the top 15, you're going to a bad team, brother, and it's not going to get any easier. In fact, it's what looks good ain't going to be good for you.
Yeah, you got to remember, the first 2 quarterbacks are probably going to play for the Raiders and the Jets.
So, look at that cesspool.
Be careful what you wish for. But, yeah, I don't think he's that. The other reason why I don't blame him for going is, I mean, he did what he did this year. Alabama couldn't run the ball at all, and there's a real concern that that's just kind of what Kalen DeBoer's offense is going to be because – I've never seen Alabama not be able to run the ball in my life. And
until it happens, though, dude, do you believe that? I mean, I know that's DeBoer, and I don't know. I'd have to go dig and look at what Washington looked like. But this is Alabama. I feel like they know they got a problem. And next year, not only are they going to get one of the top 5 running backs, they're going to get 3 more road grader guards.
I mean, Jam Miller was a good player. And when he got hurt, I said, oh, man, they're struggling to run the ball without him. When he gets back, they're going to run the ball. And then he came back and he couldn't run the ball. Like it goes way deeper than just having a stud running back.
I didn't know that his father's a coach that is, will evaluate talent honestly. And if he feels like he's ready and they're telling him he's a first-round pick, there's obviously something there. But, just for the good of the game, I really thought he would decide to come back. Of all the 3 of them, Fernando's got to go and Dante's got to go too. I mean, those guys aren't going to get any higher than they are now. And the way the season ended up with him, I thought he was a good quarterback left to just a bad situation.
Yeah. I mean, Indiana's already got
the dude's coming. They already
got a transfer coming in, so it's pretty obvious that I don't think they would have gotten Josh Hoover if they thought Mendoza might.
What, his stock could go up after the Heisman and the 10?
No.
So no, that's a foregone.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will get into the college football playoff game tonight. Ole Miss, Miami, the Fiesta Bowl. We'll dig in. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
How you feeling this morning? I hope you woke up without anything painful keeping you out of your busy day. And if you did, carry on. Congratulations. But so many of us woke up this morning with something painful, literally keeping us out of our life. Maybe it's because you've resolved to get yourself in shape and, you twinge a few things before you know it, you're on the bench and there goes the athletic part of the diet. No, don't go that way. Call a Rosti today and get yourself fixed and get back in the games because that's what a Rosti does better than any other place in this city because of what they do and how they do it. First of all, the pertinence. They accept most insurances, and the good news is you don't need a referral to go, so write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050, 1-800-404-6050. And also, if you go to the website of Rosti.com, you can book right there, and they also have a map of all the different new locations around town. town. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. Here's what a Rossi does. When you walk in, you're going to get a full evaluation. They're going to find out why you're in pain and what's breaking down. And then they fix that, and before you know it, you're back in the game. On average, under 4 visits. Listen to me, I'm living proof. If you're sick and tired of the pain or you just need to get it fixed, call a Rossi today. They're going to take care of you, and when they do, I want you to come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Your commute starting to fill in. 410 northbound, Old Pearsall Road to Freeport. We've got an accident, left lane. 20-minute delay has got you slow from Ray Ellison. On 410 southbound, the left lane is blocked as well. 35 southbound San Marcos Powell Street downtown, we've got a wreck. And this road work on 35 southbound Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard causing heavy delays, about 40 minutes. All that gets by is the left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce. In the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
Let's go. You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When I wake up
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you, gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, it's the Morning Huddle. Here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. That's what you call a pregnant pause. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is.
You got to let him play in.
Yeah.
He worked real hard on that guitar lick. Tell me why.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Hey, big matchup tonight in the world of college football as we get to the semifinals. One of these two teams, either the Ole Miss Rebs or the Miami Hurricanes, will be playing for a national championship, which is quite frankly hard to believe. Where we were 2-3 weeks ago. Here's where I'm at. This Trinidad Chambliss is so much better than anybody thought he was going to be.
He's on the precipice of legend.
He is very difficult to put pressure on. He's only been sacked 13 times all season. That is less than 1 sack per game, and he played an SEC schedule. I understand that these guys at Miami are very good, and you've heard me hype them up. They are good. But he played Oklahoma this season, gave up 1 sack. Oklahoma was one of the 2 or 3 best defenses in the country. They couldn't get after him.
He's Johnny Football-esque, and I've never compared anybody to Johnny. That's just, not because of my agginess, just because Johnny was such a unique player, and he could do things that a guy of his stature, you just didn't think he could do. And especially against Georgia in that last 5 minutes, you squint, you see Johnny in there. He was doing things on a level at which you just don't see guys do. And that's both an exciting thing to look forward to, but I also know that it feels like it could fall apart at any moment. That there could be some Marcel Reed in there. That all that other stuff leads to an interception in the end zone because you just didn't have it all, and he just keeps elevating. He hasn't let down once. It didn't matter if his head coach is gone, his OC's still there, still calling the plays, and he is still in the middle of it. It's in hindsight, when we get over with this, what a spectacular year we've had from a dude that spent 3 years at Ferris State.
Yeah.
Ferris State, Bo Diddley Tech's arch rival.
Yeah, pretty incredible. The other thing with Miami is, as great as their pass rush is, the rest of their defense is kind of been masked by how good it is. They have given up a lot of explosive plays, and again, if you do not hit Trinidad Chambliss, he is going to punish you down the field. The other thing I like about Ole Miss here is I think Ole Miss is going to bring an up-tempo game. I think they realized that Miami has played 2 games now in these playoffs. They've got a rest advantage, Ole Miss does. And, because Ole Miss, let's face it, that game against Tulane, they weren't – it was – they didn't – it was no pressure. I think that they are going to up the tempo, and that's going to wear down these pass rushers. They may have to rotate those guys out.
Oh, I guarantee you that's going to happen. You're going to have to, man, because you're going to have – Ole Miss, they're going to throw the ball 40 times. I know they got they got big running back, but they're gonna have to throw over the top of a suspect corners. They're gonna have to throw over the. Here's the thing about Miami that I wrote it down. They're not. I mean, the edges are great. What Miami makes up for in stars, and I'm talking about 4 stars, 5 stars. They got 2 first-round draft picks coming on the edges. Is violence. They're a violent football team. They might not hit you all the time. They give up big plays, but by the fourth quarter, they've been so violent. It's hard for you to carry it through for fourth quarters. They're just a typical Miami football team. The thing about that makes it so interesting to me is Ole Miss has seen violence. I mean, they've seen this. I just don't know if they've seen it to the level of these two ends kind of violence. But I think Miami, just the 2 games they've played, and A&M included, they just beat them into submission. It wasn't a beautiful game. Just even the average players on that team, while they might not be making plays, everybody in the Aggie huddle went back limping. I mean, they just came at you in a very physical manner, and they just beat you down. But Ole Miss has seen that. So I don't know. It's the rock and the hard place to me that makes this game so absolutely exciting, because I don't know which is going to turn up, because I have just enough doubt in Chambliss just because where were you before? Just because of that I think it could go another direction. But I also have seen a Miami defense that hits real hard, but you can get over them.
The Ole Miss defense is gettable, certainly, but their offense is so much better than Miami's. I talked about that Oklahoma game. They won that game 34-26. 26 that's a high-scoring game for Oklahoma, and they couldn't keep up.
Yeah, and it was a desperate comeback on their end too. Remember, that was the second half. Mateer played a pretty decent chase, but it just wasn't enough.
I just don't see that. Carson Beck has 240 yards in 2 games. Combined. He's 120 yards per game right now in the playoff. Carson Beck is you can't game manage your way to a win against his Ole Miss team, because they're going to score. I don't care how good you are on beat.
I get that sense, but the thing about Miami again is, and I put it at Philly, that's certainly an indictment. But when your plan is, you're game planning to win by a field goal. That's the idea. We're going to be in a slugfest, and hopefully we're the last team with the ball. I don't think they're afraid of not moving the ball that much. I don't think that scares them if they're winning the field position side. I think they've been there for so long and done it for so often. They're just waiting for you to break. They know we'll be here in the fourth. Will you be?
Now, I am a believer that coaching matters in college football, and I think Lane Kiffin is very good at what he does. But I also think there has been a rallying cry that, hey, we won these football games. The guys in this locker room won these football. It wasn't just Lane Kiffin. How about Lane Kiffin's got to go? Everyone's just. It's funny how everyone assumes that Lane Kiffin can win without these players at LSU. Oh, what a great hire! He's gonna be great at LSU. But everyone thinks that these players at Ole Miss now just stink. Lane Kiffin, probably his biggest strength as a coach is he is a fantastic recruiter. Ole Miss has talent with this team. This is a very good football team.
It's one of those, we'll know the difference, not in the first quarter, because the game plan's not going to change, and the play calling isn't going to change. We're going to know the difference. What is this team when the biggest decision has to be made? When they look to their coach, whether it's going for it on 4th and goal, whether it's blitzing on a down where you should maybe give a little buffer, one of those calls where every player knows this is it, and if it works, then you've got them full belief. And I assume they're all the way in on Goldsmith. I assume, it seems like it, but there's going to be a time where they're going to look to their coach and go, what would Lane do, and what's he going to do?
Yeah,
and I think that right now, I know by their talk, they're all in on this guy.
I can tell you, they've got higher regard for Pete Golding than they do for Lane Kiffin.
They're
today.
all in on him. So belief is 99% of it. I think that's the cult of Signetti too. Is you just get these guys believing it doesn't matter who, where, we're us, and we're going to beat you. And I think Ole Miss has a big sense of that going against a Miami team that is trying to fill this void. The pressure that Miami is feeling from all those old football alums this week, I guarantee.
The total in this game is 52.5, which when you consider how good Miami is defensively, that feels like a big number. I think they get there.
Well, I think they get there. That's telling me that the money's on Ole Miss. If you think that score's going to be that high, you believe that Ole Miss is going to score some touchdowns.
Here is the Fiesta Bowl, also something to think about. The Fiesta Bowl, of all these playoff sites, the Fiesta Bowl is the fastest track. The games are almost always very high scoring. Even games that are the low scoring games at the Fiesta Bowl are like last year, Penn State 31, Boise 14. Like, that's a low-scoring Fiesta Bowl. Typically, you get the game like you got TCU and Michigan in the playoff a couple years ago, 51-45. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma State over Notre Dame, 37-35. LSU, Central Florida, 40-32. This is usually a points fest. You can go all the way back to 2014 when Central Florida played Baylor, 52-42. There are points scored in the Fiesta Bowl. I think there will be points scored again in this Fiesta Bowl.
Wasn't that the field they overwatered?
That's
for the Super Bowl.
Well, remember,
how do you screw it up, man? That's a fast track that you ruined.
So what they do, it's a grass field
that rolls out.
It rolls out, and when it comes in, it's still got water on it, and it takes a while to dry. And I mean that's an advantage for offense if the offense knows where they're going.
Well, I think it's just a fast track that they ruined for the Super Bowl. I think that was just a mistake by the ground staff because you got fast turf that it's the ideal surface for any guy that wants to run and play. The idea that 52, do you think it's going to grow by kick? You think we'll get to 53? Is money coming? Or have we reached our apex?
My money's on the over.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I would imagine it's more likely to come over than under.
That's a much bigger number than I thought we'd be at.
Yeah, but that's Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Money's coming on Ole Miss if it's that high.
Ole Miss in general. Well, win or lose, Ole Miss, you kind of expect there's going to be some points thrown around. I mean, even when they lost to Georgia, they lost 43-35. Mm-hmm. That's a 78-point game. And then they beat Georgia last week, 39-34. This is just what Ole Miss games are. And if you look at the games where there has been a real competitor on the other side, they've tended to go these high-scoring games. Oklahoma, 34-26. Even the Egg Bowl, 38-19. Like the numbers, they're gonna put up points. That's one thing I'm pretty sure about. I know Miami would obviously prefer this thing to be 3-0,
mm-hmm.
but Miami, remember, with the exception of these two playoff games, one against A&M in basically a tornado, and one against Ohio State, who was the best defense in the country all season long. Now all of a sudden we're like, oh well, Miami is they want to play in these low scoring games. That's not always been the case. Like earlier this year, I mean, they've played in some games. The Notre Dame game was a 27-24 game. They were comfortable playing up there like that.
Wow.
This has been a team that scores 35, 40 points a game, and I think they are going to be able to score some on Ole Miss. It's just at the end of the day, I trust Trinidad Chambliss more than I trust Carson Beck, which is wild to think about when you think about where Carson Beck was 2 years ago and where Trinidad Chambliss was 2 years ago. It's pretty wild to consider. That's where I'm at, but that's where I'm at. So give me Ole Miss, give me the under, or excuse me, give me the over. And in fact, I bet Ole Miss plus 3.5. I wouldn't have a problem betting Ole Miss outright to win the game too. I think that's a real possibility.
I'm far more comfortable than the over with the over. There's just something about this Miami team that feels like if we're in it late in the fourth quarter, we're going to beat you. And I think Ole Miss better get out fast and make them play catch up. And if you do that, you might run away from them.
Oh, I agree.
But
because if it's on Carson Beck to bring them back, he will blow it.
He'll throw an interception. But if it's close late, the closer it gets to the end, the more I look at Miami. I really do. Even though what we saw against Georgia, I mean, he showed that they can move the ball and score at give them any time. Ole Miss will beat you if they get the ball last. I just feel like Miami's trying to get to the fourth with 4 minutes to go, and then we'll see who's the bigger man.
My favorite prop on this game, Trinidad Chambliss to not throw an interception, is even money. Like, or I say even money, it's minus 110. Trinidad Chambliss has thrown 3 interceptions all year.
Yeah, I don't expect a lot.
Why in a big moment do you think he's going to throw one now? I don't see that.
Well, I do see an attempt to throw over the top. I do think they're going to try to beat him deep because they can.
Because Miami's very beatable.
Right.
Deep.
Yeah. So I think there'll be some deep attempts. Now they might be punts. There might be an interception or two, but if it's a 35-yard 3rd and 10 interception, that's just a punt to me. So I don't mind those.
I think it's a lot more likely that if Chambliss did turn it over, I think it's more likely to be a fumble. More likely he gets hit in the backfield and is just trying to extend a play.
I'm not worried about turnovers. He's not the guy that I'm scared he's going to give.
And quite frankly, I'm not worried about turnovers for Miami either. Carson Beck's pretty careful with the ball.
Yeah, but he can sling it deep. He'll give you an opportunity anyway.
Show me. He hadn't done it in a couple weeks.
I know A&M felt like they had a few chances they blew. I mean, there were some balls that you can go get with him.
Well, I mean, they were playing in a tornado.
Yeah,
it was balls were hanging up a lot longer than they normally would. Carson Beck's usually Carson Beck's a very careful, which means he's not a very explosive. He's a very careful quarterback, and sometimes that's good. I think in this game it can hurt him. So give me the underdog here.
This is gonna be so much fun.
I like it, man.
I cannot wait.
I like it, and quite frankly, the idea that there could be a story of this Mississippi team, everything they've gone through, losing their coach against Indiana, who was basically a joke of a football program. That could be our national championship game. It's a cool underlying story. All right, we are halfway there on a small Friday. I've got some more Lane Kiffin stuff I want to get into on the other side of this thing. Your boy Jimbo's talking on him. Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The secret to any MVP success is good coaching. And if you're looking for good coaching for your four-legged MVP, I want to recommend Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. If little MVP jumps on folks, barks whenever time the door rings, and even on a TV show, if the doorbell rings, they start barking, you need to get your MVP some training. And I can't imagine life without Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, what they've done for my four-legged pet. The training is so key to the life that you want to live with your pet, and if you're a little short on that, they tug on the leash and do all of the things you don't want to do, take them over to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit and let their expert coaches and trainers take care of your babies. Before you know it, they're going to be trained and taken care of. And as we get closer and closer to the big game, and you've got an MVP that likes to jump and bark at every kind of movement, you might want to let them spend the day at a true resort. Let the big day be a big day for your four-legged pets. Send them over to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit on the big game, and let them have the fun you're going to have as everybody comes over. And if you're heading out of town for any kind of weekend getaway, or you just need some time during the day to go get stuff done, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is there for you. They're just a hop, skip, and jump away from the airport. Write this number down. It's 210-750-1298. It is the pet resort I trust. You should too. That's Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. Take your babies there today and thank me later.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead.
Never know how.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
There's a reason why you own a Kubota. It's because you won't settle for second best. The Kubota L Series has been the #1 best-selling compact tractor in the U.S. for 15 years straight. And the Kubota SVL Series has been the #1 best-selling compact track loader in the U.S. for the last 6 years. Now that's saying something. So don't be fooled by other dealers wanting to trade for your orange. We're Ewald Kubota, keeping it orange for over 75 years.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also loved peace and quiet. So he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken pot pie. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls, whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie, the best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive, and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As we are into the meat of our morning rush hour, pretty much most all our major freeway systems are rolling slowly. Now, we do have an accident, Loop 410 eastbound. It's just past Babcock. 2 right lanes blocked, 25-minute delay, and that has you slow back to Culebra. 37 northbound Southeast Military. This wreck in the left lane causing a 17-minute delay. And downtown on 35 northbound Cesar Chavez, accident right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs got on the right side of the street, taking down the Los Angeles Lakers 107-91. Keldon Johnson led the way with 27 points off the bench. Wibby played, adding 16 points and 14 rebounds, also off the bench. Another NBA news, a huge trade as Trae Young, the 4-time All-Star guard from Atlanta, is headed to Washington in exchange for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. In college football, the games begin. College football playoffs start tonight. The semifinal matchup features the Miami Hurricanes taking on the 6th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl. Kickoff set for 6:30. You can catch the game live on 94.1. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, 8:03 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I don't know if that went on the air. I don't think it did.
Was my mic on there? I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Right.
I didn't hear it.
I'll say it anyway. I don't like other people's kids.
I don't either.
Like,
grubby.
Yeah.
Well,
What about other people's dogs?
I don't mind that. But other people's kids? No, man, I ain't watching that kid. I don't know him.
5 and under?
I don't know. No. Oh, hell no, especially then.
They're all sticky.
Here's the diaper bag.
Oh, sticky and stinky. No, stay away.
Yup.
Rob's boy. I know he's your boy because you gave him a bunch of money.
What?
Jimbo Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm his retirement plan. What are you talking about? One of many.
Ole Miss is one win away from the national title game. They haven't lost a game since Lane Kiffin left, which I think is worth something. And Jimbo Fisher spoke out about it. Called Lane Kiffin stupid and selfish, his coaching decisions. It's selfish, it's stupid. That's what it is. It's stupid, and because here's why I say that. He wanted to coach Ole Miss and thought he didn't get his way. Everybody get on the plane with me or you don't have a job, all right? And he makes them all go. Then he goes down there and takes a PR hit because it looks bad that you really don't care about the kids. Then he says, okay, you can go back. Here's where he screwed up. He thought they were going to lose to Georgia.
Yep, I agree with everything Jimbo's saying.
The portal thing was all over with, and it was going to be all over with. He said, I'll look like a hero. Now he's got egg on his face because the real Lane came back out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. But
and if those guys were allowed to coach a first game, they should be allowed to coach because those kids are doing something that you get one time in your life to do. That team and those guys, one time. And as a coach, listen, I know I've left a job. I get that. But if you took them on and said they're never coming back, that's fine. You set the rules of the game. You don't change the rules in the middle of the game. And as a coach, it's hurting the kids, and it pisses me off.
Go ahead, Jimbo. What do you really think?
Where is Jimbo Fisher now anyway? What's he up to?
Whatever the hell he wants to be.
Is he just like, I'm here to give old man get off my lawn rants? Like that?
Well, yeah, he kind of is. He's the gold standard for not having to work. I agree with everything he said. I don't think he said anything out of line there.
I mean,
but Jimbo, you're part of the problem too. I mean, I think he's just making a point of this is just the modern coaching world that Lane was in a situation where there's been a lot of coaches when they left. And I don't care if you're going to a bowl game. If you're working for me, you're coming.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time this has happened.
Quite frankly, Lane's been. I mean, I hate to defend the guy, but he's been more than generous, because he could have just said, hey, man, if you're with me, let's go.
Yeah, you don't have to come work for me, but if you decide to, we're going today.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at him, but he's just the symptom of a much greater problem. So, Jimbo, you're calling it out, but you up and left Florida State, out in the middle of the summer. I mean, I'm done, and I'm sure you told the coaches that were coming with you, we're leaving today. The train leaves the station. And
because you got work to do in Baton Rouge.
So, every point you made, Jimbo, is correct, but I don't think you're above that, the fray. You've just been in it and know what it is.
Well, he said, I left. I knew the rules. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get saying, man, you don't want to leave your guys in the middle of a title run. But Lane Kiffin also, who's no longer part of that title run, needs to start working on
Yes, you
his
took
next
another
one.
job. What other job say, yeah, you can hang around for a little while until we achieve this maximum success, and then we're going to wave fondly goodbye? No, get the hell out of the building. So just because you're a coach doesn't give you extra credit. The rest of the world doesn't get to do that. Hey, I'm taking another job. Well, why don't you just hang around until we finally finish this? No, we got to replace you. Get the hell out of the building.
And there's just so everyone's fully aware, and Ole Miss is letting their the OC and the running backs coach work the Fiesta Bowl. I say Ole Miss is Lane Kiffin's letting those guys work the Fiesta Bowl. I don't know what he's going to do for the national title game. I don't know what he feels like he owes them. I don't think he owes them anything at this point.
Well, he's not going to pull the plug now.
I think it looked pretty bad.
Yeah, I think that's a foregone that they get to stay till the end.
But also, if you look at this transfer cycle, it's been a net negative for LSU.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been pretty damn good for Ole Miss.
Yeah, well.
Trinidad Chambliss has decided I'm staying.
They kept their own.
Yeah, their running backs, Lacey's decided he's staying. They've got guys who have said, yeah, we're going to stick around, whereas Lane is leaking oil at LSU, and he's probably thinking, man, sure would be nice if I had my whole staff here working on this.
Maybe.
I can see an argument for both sides.
Yeah, the fact that we're talking about it tells me there's a problem.
Sure.
But I will say you're right. I see an argument on both sides. I think Lane just handled it poorly from the get-go, and he just hasn't been able to get out of his way. I think he probably should have laid down the law. Look, I'm leaving. I'm not telling you have to come with me. I'd like for you to come. Here's the job waiting for you if you leave with me today. And if you don't, we'll part as friends.
Yeah, and now there are two schools. Like what Jimbo said, if you took those players and said, okay, I'm leaving. If you're coming with me, come with me. If not, cool, you don't have a job. I don't know that anybody would have looked at him side-eyed about it. But, like, once they made the playoff, it's almost like he got peer pressured into letting them coach.
Yes. Yeah.
And now he's like, okay, yeah, I did that. And Jimbo's probably right. He did think they were going to lose to Georgia.
Well,
so he thought he'd be able to get to work. And now it's like, dude, the clock's ticking on me. I got a real job to do here. It's been nice. Like, and again, you can argue what he owes to those Ole Miss players. I mean,
well, that's a separate thing. I
certainly feel differently about what a coach owes to his players now than I did 10 years ago. But so you can say, well, he owes it to these Ole Miss kids to give them their best chance to win the national title. But at some point, I don't know that that's true anymore. He owes it to his new team because that's who he's working for.
That's where that's where he made the mistake. He should have come out from the get-go and either one or the other, and we'd be done with this now. And because he wanted to do the professional thing, and everybody come with me, that's it. But then he did the right thing, and the right thing was to let him stay. That's the good guy thing to do. But now, it bit him in the ass.
It's affecting his job now.
And so now I don't blame him for being upset. But you're in this boat because you got on it. This was your making. You did all this when you should have been, for lack of a better term, a hard ass. You should have been, no, brother, we took a better job. One, we got to go because we're like day-old fish now. We're about to start rotting around here because we're not staying. And two, we got a job to do. So this is his fault. But there's only one coach in all of the country that would have done it this way. Only Lane Kiffin could have done this.
I mean, do you think most coaches would have allowed? Well, first of all, not many coaches
would have left.
Yeah,
that's only Lane Kiffin. There's 2 or 3 that might have gone, and Jimbo was probably in that boat. But
because once you're down to you got a 1 in 16 chance of winning the national title, you don't walk away from it.
Yeah, and only Kiffin has
1 in 12, I say.
The cojones is big enough to go, I'll be back. I mean, there's not a lot of coaches who've been in this business that think they're going to be back anytime soon.
Especially a guy who hasn't won one yet.
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of coaches would find themselves here. But this is a very Lane Kiffin situation that adds just a little bit more drama to this. And I don't think he's a good guy or a bad guy in this. I just think he's a player in a machine that is just so out of whack that this is the situation we find ourselves in. That because all of these different deadlines all cross at different times, that this is just the mess we made, and he's the first guy to be there. But of course he's the first guy to be here because it's Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Who else would have been here?
Yeah, it was again, I think it was the right move by Kiffin, but there is a limit to my generosity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if you came to me and said, "Hey, man, I can't make my car payment this month. Can you float me $500?" And I give you $500, and then the next month you say, "Hey, can I get $500?"
I built that into my budget.
now suddenly, like, am I a bad guy if I say, "Dude, I can't give you $500 anymore"? Like, no, that's not it. Like, Lane Kiffin was generous.
But how dare you? You told me. I relied on you.
Right. That's such a weird thing that, like, Lane Kiffin is now stupid and selfish.
Mm-hmm. For doing what was essentially the right thing.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, if
he just can't win.
If he'd have called Elko and said, would you just go ahead and let your OC go in hindsight? And Elko would say, yeah, I'd have let him go, brother. Obviously, he was focused on something else. Now, that's not what happened with the play caller with Weiss at Ole Miss. But in hindsight, I wish Elko would have just let old Kansas State coach just go ahead and go, man, because you didn't do a very good job. So I think there's something about just getting out of the building and just ripping the Band-Aid off. I know it sucked, and he did the right thing, and it bit him in the ass. It did.
It's a weird thing because Lane went from being the bad guy for leaving to, okay, he's doing the good guy thing and letting his coaches keep coaching, and now he's a bad guy for being like, hey, I still got to, I still got responsibilities here with these guys. It's a weird dynamic, but I think it's even weirder for Jimbo to come out and say it's selfish and stupid when it's like
he knows selfish and stupid. Trust me. He looks
for
in the
real.
mirror. I know what it looks like. Trust me. Seen it.
Yeah, again, I don't know that this is not a black and white issue. There's not a right side and a wrong side here.
No, this is the world we've created. I mean, what if you put a committee together and said, during our all-star tournament, we're going to have trade deadlines, and essentially that's what we have with the portal. There's a trade deadline that goes on right in the middle. We're going to have every possible coaching change. All that will happen before the quarterfinal. That's just stupid. I mean,
it wouldn't have made any sense.
Every bit of this, you go, well, that's just never going to work. But here we sit.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, got to take a look at what's going on in Kansas City. Kansas City's reaching a real crossroads on what's going to happen there. We'll talk about that coming up next. Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Kinetico has been my water softener company for as long as I can remember. I've never owned a house in the state of Texas without having a Kinetico water softener. So I know what it's like to have one, and quite frankly, I don't know what it's like not to. I've never had to replace a refrigerator because the ice maker was clogged up with all that grit that floats around and comes out of our aquifer. I have never had to deal with that white powder that I've seen at other houses that you see on your recently dishwashed or glasses and plates. I don't have it. Call Kinetico and get the right stuff. Right now is a great time to do it, too. With your great credit, you got great financing. There's money in your old water softener and a gift. This is something outstanding. I had to pay for this. It's a reverse osmosis drinking station that you put on your sink. They've got beautiful decor to match yours, but you'll never have to buy another water bottle again. You'll never have to worry about the quality of your coffee or tea, the water you're putting in your dog dish, the water that you're putting in, in all your best food. That's why you get a Kinetico. Call them today at 656-PURE. Let them show you how good it can be with a water softener. Go get a Kinetico, and you can come and thank me later.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you, gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm opening a second location for my coffee shop this year?
I smell trouble brewing.
I needed to print new menus, loyalty cards, window signage, so I went to Staples.
That'll cost you a latte. Get it?
Uh-huh. Actually, I saved $100 on my print order, and everything looks amazing.
They'll grind my beans and call me impressed.
Staples made it easy.
If your business needs to print, let's go Staples.
That was easy.
Offer valid in-store and online. Ends 1/31. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
That's the song. That's not AJ.
I know it sounds just like me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's
Kind
the
of, but
song. Yeah.
different.
AJ isn't singing.
A lot of people confuse my voice with Robert Plant's when we sing.
I often do.
Also, our bodies when our shirts are off.
But I'm nearly It's the hair, really.
Yes. I like to do this.
Aha! See?
The rodeo lineup got announced.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I didn't realize it was all out. We're almost there, man.
Yeah, baby.
February.
Yeah.
And who do you want to go see?
Hank Williams Jr.
All your rowdy friends coming?
That's right. I mean, I've never seen Hank.
I haven't either. I think it'd be
just
fun.
feel like a bucket lister, right?
Well, this is a good. If you're a Texas music type, it's a good lineup.
Yeah.
Pat Green and Robert Earl.
Yeah, we got a pretty
Country
good
and Western.
Pretty good lineup all the way around. I'm trying to pull up the entirety of it here.
You're kind of a farm kid. Did you ever do FFA or anything like that? No, you never raised a pig.
No. My brother and sister did.
Did they?
Yeah, I never did that.
I wish I'd had the opportunity.
I wasn't a farm. Like we didn't have farm
I
life
know,
until
but you kinda-
after
but-
I was out.
Oh.
Like when I was a little kid, we did.
But
and
in
then
New Mexico, you weren't. I mean, you were.
we didn't
in
have
a big city.
No, but we didn't have any animals
Oh,
or
okay.
anything like that. No. All right. So here's the lineup for the San Antonio Rodeo. Russell Dickerson, never heard of him. I'm not aware of him. Hank Williams Jr., aware of him. Ty Myers.
Heard the name.
Midland, who you went and saw recently,
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Brad Paisley. That's a
there you
big
go.
name,
That's a
right?
big name.
Pat Green.
Mm-hmm.
Shenandoah.
That's old school.
Hudson Westbrook.
Don't know that one.
I'm familiar with him because my niece posts. She posts about him all
Is
the
he
time.
a heartthrob?
I think he's
Hudson.
a country heartthrob.
All right.
Miranda Lambert.
Oh, right.
She's famous.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Earl Keane.
I saw him do 3 final tours.
Okay. Gary Allen. Dos Barachos.
All right.
Nice.
Cody Jinks.
Ah, there you go.
Braxton Keith.
Got a Hudson and a Braxton.
Banda Los Recoditos.
Recoditos.
Resoditos.
What does that mean?
Recorditos.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Oh. No.
Y Noche del Vaquero.
Terry Clark. 49 Winchester. Dierks Bentley. He's pretty famous. Sheryl Crow.
Really?
No way, look.
Yeah.
Luda.
Don't hurt him.
Yeah. The Drop Teens.
Okay.
And Shane Smith and the Saints is your final show.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I don't know much of Shane Smith and the Saints or the Drop Teens for that matter.
About 49 Winchester.
But I don't know them either. But Dierks Bentley, Sheryl Crow, Luda, that's pretty big names for your
Is he gonna wear those giant shoes?
The one that does in the commercial?
Yeah.
The Herman Munster boots?
I bet he does. I bet he does.
I wish I was 6 feet tall.
I for sure want to see Hank. I don't know if I want to go see Luda. I mean, it'd be fun to see Luda, but at the rodeo, I don't know what the vibe will be like.
Oh, it'll be fun.
I bet my wife would like to go see Sheryl Crow. Robert Earl Keen's always a fun show. Pat Green's always a fun show.
Those will be sold out quick if they're not already.
Yeah. But yeah, Hank is the that's my target show. That's my target show, man. I got to get to that one.
You know, it's always kind of a letdown. I mean, it's normally kind of fun, but you know, you get their show light, and it's by the time they're performing, you're looking at your watch.
I don't know how it works here, but in Houston gets some.
Oh, this is not nearly the size. We're big, but we ain't Houston big.
Houston gets some big time show, but yet this is why it might be better here. Part of the problem with Houston getting these big time shows is Houston does their rodeo in
like right after hours, I think,
in NRG, which is so
big.
it's huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
So the
see, this is what I'm talking about.
You guys doing it here in the Frost Center means that it's a smaller building, which means it's better for sound.
It's true. Yeah.
I've been to a bunch of shows for the Houston Rodeo where it was unlistenable.
Really?
I mean, it's tough to hear. I mean, the sound quality's it's not a priority certainly because they're rolling it out there and it's.
But huge names like Beyonce.
Yeah. But also like you so you can say, oh, I saw Beyonce, but it's like
you saw her.
No, you didn't.
I saw her in a something like that. So maybe the sound quality is a little better
I
here.
hadn't thought about that,
Frost.
but I do. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not bad. It's just whatever band you're going to see, just know you're going to get the limited performance.
Yeah,
you're not getting the full-on show.
Do we have a connection for some good seats?
Well, one of our connections disappeared. We're gonna have to work on this one.
Oh yeah, okay.
Got to build a rapport up again.
There's always a guy. Somebody in here's always. There's always a guy.
I'll do anything for Hank tickets.
Oh.
Really?
You want to earn some Hank tickets the hard way?
Josh says, JJ, if you like Jason Isbell, you'll like Shane Smith and the Saints. I do love me some Jason Isbell, so maybe so.
Okay,
maybe I will. Maybe it's a good show for me.
I like the name of the band.
The Saints. I hope they go marching in. I hope they do.
What's the name of the band again?
Shane Smith and the Saints. All right. Kansas City, the Chiefs, I mean, obviously this was a disaster season. It couldn't have gone much worse. Until now, when Rashee Rice, who I usually will give guys one slip up. I think now we can just go with Rashee Rice isn't a good person. Like, I think it's safe to assume now we know enough. Rashee Rice's partner, girlfriend of 8 years, baby mama.
Posted some ugly pictures.
Man, again, you're innocent until proven guilty, I guess, but your reputation does precede you now, and this ain't a good look for Rashee Rice. The Chiefs say we're aware of this going on. She says, I'm tired of the abuse. I'm tired of him wanting her being controlling over her. He broke up with her, but doesn't want her seeing anybody else. And she posted pictures of her all bruised up, her face, her arm. I mean, just really hard to look at pictures. You already have a quarterback who's rehabbing an ACL. You've got your star tight end who's probably on his way out of the league.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Andy Reid, are you considering maybe it's time for me to just?
I think if it was any other team that didn't have Pat Mahomes, but when you got Pat, how do you leave that? Like Pop wasn't going to leave when Tim was here. I think he decided to stay longer, but he wasn't going to leave. I mean, I don't get a chance to coach this very often, ever.
But also, Mahomes was there this year.
And last year too. I mean,
And this year, I mean, it's not like Mahomes tearing his ACL was the reason the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs.
Oh no, you're right. For two straight years, they've been on the edge.
They fell apart this year. That was basically my question to you is, if you're a coach, are you willing to walk away while you've got an all-time legend playing quarterback for you? It's got to be a tough decision. Now, had Duncan teams like
started to flounder.
Had they been like 15-win teams, do you think Pop would have stuck around as long as he did?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, he gets miserable. No, I think that's the key, is how miserable is Andy Reid. But with guys like this, the ones that are uber successful in any field, the reason they're uber successful is they believe by their force of will they can fix this. I mean, I think Andy Reid woke up this morning believing that I got more work to do than ever, and I'm ready to go do that because that's how they got there before. But then you reach the misery level. Is it worth it? I know I can do it, but do I really want to do it again? And that's really the end of a guy like Reid because, he's seen wins, he's seen losses, he's been fired, he's been hired. So I don't think it's about longevity for him. I think you get that balance point. Is it worth the effort? Because I do believe he wakes up in the morning going, yeah, I can do this. I still got Mahomes. I can still cobble together a championship football team because I'm freaking Andy Reid.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he's great. But, the headaches are starting to add up. And there's going to be some questions about the quality of character of guys they bring into Kansas City because he ain't the first dude to slap somebody around in Kansas City.
Gary says, what's your sources, AJ? I'd like to read it myself.
Oh, they're everywhere.
So the source really is Dakota Nicole, who's his ex-girlfriend. It's her social media. She posted a series of photos it shows their damage to their house.
Showing bruises
to her face.
Cuts. It's not pretty.
She said, I'm so tired of keeping quiet. I'm so tired of protecting his image. I've been through too much in a span of 8 years, and I've had enough. I've dealt with abuse for years. Me and this man decided to break up a couple of months ago, and since then it's been nothing but hell. They do have 2 children together. He's very controlling. There's been times he came to my new home, broken my door. There's been times where he would put his hands on me while I was pregnant, even had the audacity to lock me outside all night in 10-degree weather because he got caught cheating. He's cut up all my shoes and clothing, leaving me with nothing because he's gotten caught up. And there's multiple instances of cheating, but besides that, I'm just tired of him not doing right by my boys. It's not fair he doesn't call them. He'd rather be laid up with hoes. He literally left us in Kansas, and I had to beg him to send money so that I could drive to Texas with my kids and all our stuff. We have an agreement because of everything he's put me through, and he still doesn't follow it. He's now trying to remove me and my kids from our home for no apparent reason. I've known this man for years. He tries to put on this persona like he's dad of the year. He does the bare minimum, and I have to beg for that. I've protected his image too long, and I'm done doing that. It's time to protect my peace, protect my children, and stand up for myself.
I'm all for hell hath no fury.
Now, this is a guy who got 2 felony charges.
Ran away from a drunk
this
drive
last offseason.
And ran away from his, what was that, a Lambo there in Dallas?
Yeah.
Just, I'm out, did 6 months of probation, paid a fine. He's a bad dude, man.
Suspended 6 games.
He's a bad dude, man.
The NFL might not give the Chiefs much of a choice on this.
Well, when the statement that the Chiefs issued, they're about to do it. We're aware. Yeah, you don't need to call us. We know. I think the NFL is going to come down hard on Mr. Rice.
Yeah. He's supposed to do 30 days in jail. I don't know when that's supposed to happen. Maybe Nicole and her kids can move into his place when he's in jail. Might be the move.
I don't want to digress away from the real question, and I do think it's valid about Andy Reid. I mean, and if you look at the guy he's a grandfather in the NFL. I mean, he's the nice guy coach with the nice guy quarterback. He's not the evil empire Bill Belichick. Kansas City's been the nice guy dynasty. We all their best players dating Taylor Swift. What a wonderful story. I wonder at what point Reid reaches that point of, what's the point? I mean, I don't.
It sure feels like a lot of headaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your defense sucks, your quarterback's hurt, your tight end's retiring, your receiver is essentially a criminal.
Oh, man.
What do you do?
And that's not even discussing the holes you had on defense. I mean, the real football problems.
You can't run the football. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Kansas City. And right now, while we're in this cycle, I mean,
and guys come available, do you go and have a heart-to-heart with your Super Bowl champion dynasty-building coach and say, you know what, it might be time for you to exit stage left?
I mean, obviously they're not going to fire Andy Reid. That would be crazy.
No, but you escort him
But
to the door.
if I'm Andy Reid, do I really want to keep doing this?
I just can't imagine, knowing the history of Kansas City, that anything will happen to him. Andy Reid will decide how he leaves. I mean, I don't think there's any way. If they went 0-17 next year, they couldn't fire him. But I think he would read the writing on the wall. And the next question after that is, would the NFL be any? Would it be a better place or a worse place without Andy Reid at Kansas City?
Boy, that's a tricky question for me.
I know as a Buffalo fan, but there's a lot of Buffalo fans out there, and maybe it's time for the tide to change. In the grand NFL scheme, the chess game, the Game of Thrones that is the NFL, I don't know if the world's better with him or without him. And if he's not done, would I like to see him go someplace else and try it again?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's better with Andy. I mean, Andy Reid's a good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a recognizable face. He does commercials. People know who he is. Let me get some of those nuggies.
He's a very amenable character that I don't want to start looking at as an aged, time to go dude.
And then, B. Hannon says, don't the Chiefs have Kareem Hunt too?
Yeah,
and they do.
yeah.
And remember, they basically he was on the exempt list, and then the Chiefs cut him. They let him work his way back from beating up a woman. That, you can whatever side of the story you believe, but
I think we have enough proof.
But eventually they brought him back, even though he was caught lying about it.
First time they've dealt with this stuff, you start questioning the character that you're allowing in the building.
Yeah, it's a weird situation because obviously, I mean, if you're Andy Reid, you've got Mahomes, and you like. Now, if Mahomes starts beating up women, now we're in real trouble. But I can't picture a world where that happens. If Travis Kelce beats up Taylor Swift, now you're in real trouble.
He'd be shot in the streets. What are you talking about? He wouldn't survive. It'd be like the Purge.
That'd be world news instantly.
There'd be heavily armed 13-year-old girls headed toward Kansas City.
And Alexandra...
It'd be like a movie.
Alexandra brings up the other point that Andy Reid's own son is in prison.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up.
He's had to deal with all that stuff throughout this, too.
And remember the end of the Philadelphia era. There was a lot of things going on inside that building that they were tired of. I mean, he ran a rather loose ship. He let men be men, and you make the mistakes, you pay for them on your own.
It honestly could be that Andy Reid needs football as a distraction from his life, because it seems like there's a lot going on in his life that's not perfect. He's got problems with both his kids.
Got an assistant coach kill somebody on a ride. Remember, he got drunk. So there's some issues in Kansas City.
Yeah. I do understand, though, it's hard to walk away from Patrick Mahomes because you feel like you always got a chance.
Right.
But yeah, it's a clown show right now in Kansas City, and I'm sure Roger Goodell's going to see those pictures, and it's going to get ugly.
Did you hear Travis say, he feels like, at least today.
Don't do this, Travis.
I know. That, you know what? If I could probably put it all together for 18 games, 21 games, 22 games. So, that's actually a good sign, because normally when you hear the guys talk about retirement when they're hurt, it's really easy to say I'm retired. But, he's all banged up from a season, and he still says, I think I could do it again. So I think if Andy Reid really wanted him back, I think he could probably convince him if with Patrick Mahomes' help. But
do you want him back?
Yeah, do you want him back? And at the end of the day, even though Travis can say I can physically do it, he can't do it the Travis Kelce level of doing it. You know what I mean?
Rob, I could play an 18-game NFL schedule. Now, what level that would be at is
right. So
TBD.
Yeah, just because you feel like you can physically finish the season doesn't mean you're an attribute to the team.
All right, I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. The playoffs are here, baby. Underdog is where you want to get in on the action, and Underdog's making it easier to get in on the action. How about this? They want to help you out on Wild Card Weekend. They are adding a gimme pick on a quarterback of your choice from any of the wild card games to get started. So you got one pick where it's a guaranteed winner. All you got to do is one passing yard. It's like over a higher than a half a passing yard. And if you get that right, well, that's one leg of your run there. And it can be any player you want, any quarterback you want. So for me, I might take Aaron Rodgers so I can say, you know what? I backed Aaron Rodgers at one point this season, just so everybody can stop calling me a hater. That's just what I'm going to do. But, guys, it is a great way to make the games a lot more fun. If your team's out of the playoffs, I know a lot of you Cowboy fans are sad. At least you can win some money playing underdog, watching these other teams go. Guys, what are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As we are into the meat of our morning rush hour, pretty much most all our major freeway systems are rolling slowly. Now, we do have an accident, Loop 410 eastbound. It's just past Babcock. 2 right lanes blocked, 25-minute delay, and that has you slow back to Culebra. 37 northbound Southeast Military. This wreck in the left lane causing a 17-minute delay. And downtown on 35 northbound Cesar Chavez, accident right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Ricky, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for a new game plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce. In the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we've got reaction to the big game inside the Frost Bank Center, Spurs and Lakers.
And we'll get you ready for the big college football semifinal matchup. Ole Miss taking on Miami Thursday night.
And how are the Texans getting ready for the old man, Aaron Rodgers? We'll ask John McClain when he joins us at 5:15.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sing it, Vic.
All right, it's coming.
How do you like it, Vic?
I like it like a that.
Like a that.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Bad Bunny and
Yes.
Ye Balvin.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, Ye Balvin.
Ye Balvin.
All right.
Coming to a Super Bowl near you right there.
That's right. I don't know. Well, do you think she'll be there?
He's going to have to bring more than...
Oh, there's going to be somebody
Yeah,
showing up
somebody,
that
right?
you'd be like, oh, my God.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We are one day closer to the National Football League playoffs.
So we get it Saturday. We get
Saturday.
it Sunday. We get it Monday.
Yes. Do you have which game are you looking most forward to?
You know, because
this
this
weekend?
is Monday night.
All of them.
The Texans Pittsburgh I find very intriguing. I mean, the other ones obviously are, but the Texans, the thread that is no one's talking about is this remarkable hot streak they're on. And we can see a young quarterback in C.J. Stroud take the next step, and I think we might be waving goodbye on the other side to if nothing else, a quarterback of an era. So there's some stuff going on there that I find absolutely intriguing. The second one is the one that you're living and breathing by.
Yeah.
The Buffalo-Jacksonville game is just absolutely extraordinary. I mean, it kind of follows the same thread, but for an entire team instead of individual players. You've got a team that's about to make what we believe could be that next step into contention for a period, and we might see the beginning of a plateau or a step down of a team that should be contending for a Super Bowl. There's great stories behind it. Then you get into the individual guys, just great threads all the way through.
Yeah, there are some interesting storylines for sure. C.J. Stroud, as great as he's been, has not been very good outside.
No.
And if you follow, I'll have to look up the exact stat. I remember when I worked in my last job where this was a much more prevalent conversation. Dome quarterbacks going outside to play in freezing weather in the playoff games, it's something like 1 in 15.
It's like the Jared Goff effect.
They don't win.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. Now, you could say, well, that it is a small sample size. Like, how many dome teams go play a playoff game in the freezing cold? It's not often. But
I agree with you. There's something there. I mean, there's a reason why it's a topic of conversation. When I know Miami is suiting up and heading up to Kansas City and playing in 3 degrees, you're going to tell me that doesn't matter?
Oh, it has to.
You know what
matter.
I mean? And that's an outside to outside. But I'm just talking about it plays a huge role, especially for teams that are built on speed.
Yeah. So, and Stroud, who, quite frankly, has been very good as a starter in the NFL. I think he's 28-18 as a starter in the NFL. He's below 500 outdoors.
I didn't know that.
He is a very good quarterback indoors, has not been great outdoors. Now, I mean, he played at Ohio State. It's not like he's, again, and it's a small sample size. We're talking about like he's played like 14 or 15 games outdoors. But he has struggled outdoors.
And when you get to the playoffs, it's the little things that separate you. Both teams are good. It's not like we know they can't play football, and that it's not like we know that Stroud can't play outside, but those little things make the big difference in these games, especially for newbies, for young teams that are trying to do something for the first time.
I also think the Steelers, like, it's such an experienced team. They are the way that their offense works. I don't like the Steelers' offense. In fact, I hate it. It's very like dink and dunk. They never go down the field. But quite frankly, that's what you've got to do against Houston. You got to get the ball out super fast. I think that may be an edge for them. It is one of the more fascinating games because I don't think much of the Steelers, but I also think the Texans are getting a little bit overblown.
I forget. I guess it was the Baltimore game when it was Riddick that did the color. He said that Gainwell is the most important Pittsburgh Steeler.
No, DK Metcalf is the most important Pittsburgh Steeler, and I think we saw it the last 2 weeks when he was suspended, and their offense became a poverty offense because they only have one guy they feel like they can make a play down the field further than 5 yards. So, to me, DK Metcalf is so valuable, and getting him back is huge. I'd also like to know what the status of Lassiter is for the Texans because the drop-off from him is pretty bad. If he's playing, it certainly helps. There is a lot of intriguing stuff in this game, for sure.
It feels like this should be easier for Houston than it's going to be if they win. It feels like this is an ideal situation for them. You got a team that had to go and ass backwards. They had needed a miracle to get there. They're really not overly talented. It's not hard to prepare for what they're going to do offensively. It ain't hard. Just keep them in front of you and don't let them do anything. Don't let them get over the top, and you'll probably be okay. At least you'll be in it to win it late. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard, but I get the sense that the Texans are going to make it hard. I think they can beat them, but I don't think it's going to be a pretty win. I think there'll be a C.J. Stroud mistake or two, but I also think Aaron and that offense are going to run into that buzzsaw Texans defense, and it's just not going to get much done.
It is hard to run away from home playoff teams. Like, it is hard to win playoff games on the road. I say that as a Buffalo fan who the Bills under Sean McDermott I think they're 0-6 on the road in the playoffs. And that's why I have not rushed to bet the Rams, who are laying a pretty big number on the road. I have not rushed to bet any of these. The only road team that I've bet so far is the Chargers, and I didn't bet them to win outright. I still might, but I just know it is so difficult to win away from home, and it is so difficult to win in elements you're not used to playing in, and playing in the air-conditioned NRG and then going up and playing at whatever they call that Heinz Field now, that's a completely different world, and swirling winds, and who knows what the weather's going to look like there. I can see a world where the Steelers win this game, as good as Houston's been lately.
Absolutely, I can. And let's look at
and getting right at the right time, having T.J. Watt back,
it helps.
Getting DK Metcalf back. It's all kind of coming together for him.
And let's say, after the weekend's done, and God forbid that for you, Jacksonville wins and the Texans.
I don't want to talk.
Well, I know, but let's just say if one of those teams win, which is the bigger catapult? Which is the one that if they win, and I don't expect either one of these teams to go past, if they do win, to win the following week. I think this would be their apex. It would be shocking to me if the Texans were able to win another game, and the same thing with Jacksonville. But if both of them manage to win and they lose next week, what's the better story? Is it the Texans making that step, or is it Jacksonville finally getting there?
Honestly, I think either one of these teams, if they win this weekend, there's no reason they can't go to the Super Bowl because I believe the AFC is so wide open.
I'll give you that.
If you tell me Buffalo's knocked out of the mix, like which one of these quarterbacks do you say, "Oh, I totally trust him to go win a playoff game"? There isn't one. So, I think absolutely. If the Jags, honestly, if the Jags beat the Bills, I'll probably pick the Jags to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh my!
Because I like the Jags better than I like the Patriots or the Broncos. So I can see a world where it catapults.
So there's some nightmare scenarios for the NFL.
Oh yes.
some small market playoff games in front of us.
We've got our Jacksonville Seattle Super Bowl matchup. You think they want? No, they don't want that.
No.
But I assure you,
don't want that either. Quite frankly,
but I also don't think they want Bo Nix versus Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl either, and that's your 2-1 seeds. So,
I think I'm glad you said that. Everybody go take a look at this playoff circuit and see what we could end up with, because it could be something much like the college playoff that if you'd have told me that this is where we'd be, I'm not sure how happy I'd be.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville is very good. Like, I really wanted the Bills. There was part of me that wanted the Bills to lose week. I mean, I don't want to ever lose to the Jets because the Jets are a joke, and I always like to make fun of the Jets, and it would have been hard for me to do that. But I was glad that the Bills said we're going to sit everybody and play Trubisky, because to me, the 7 seed playing at New England, I was probably more comfortable than that with going to Jacksonville week 1.
See, I'm just not yet. I still feel like there's just more in Buffalo's quiver to go win a game than there is for Jacksonville.
Maybe, but I'm talking about comparing Jacksonville to New England.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah, they're further ahead than New England. I will grant you that. But as much as it is, you're playing at home. At least when you go to Jacksonville, the weather's going to be great. It's not going to be hard to play there. It's going to be. You might be more worried about cramps, I guess. But
yeah,
I just feel like this is a good step for Buffalo. And if they do stub their toe. I didn't think Jacksonville was good enough to go to the Super Bowl. I still don't. I don't give them that much credit.
Yeah. I don't trust quarterbacks going into their first playoff game. Drake May, I say good things about Drake May, but any quarterback making his first playoff start scares me.
It's big boy time now.
And whatever you think of Trevor Lawrence, he's had some chances. He's had these games. He's done it. All right, we got 1 hour of programming left. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
This Friday is a Flight Friday with a Blitz live at Bubba's 33 in Alamo Ranch. Kick off the weekend and pregame with us and Flight by Yingling ahead of the Indiana-Oregon semifinal game.
Flight will be on special, and they'll have some great prizes to give away, including those cool backpack coolers. So plan now to join the Blitz from 2 to 6, a Flight Friday at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location with Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Let's see what our own Reverend Charles has to say about reparations.
Oh, Lord. I've preached this sermon many times. If you want your reparations, I hope you get it. Because commandment number 6 is thou shalt not covet what thy neighbor have, and don't look at his wife, and don't look at his wife's ass neither.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Most protein bars are packed with sugar, carbs, and unpronounceable ingredients. There's a much better option. I'm Will, and I crafted IQ Bar plant protein bars with clean, functional, delicious ingredients to empower doers like you with superior brain and body fuel.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text IQ Bar to 64,000. That's IQ Bar to 64,000.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-691-9999. That's 800-691-9999.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, still have that trouble spot on the northeast side at 410 westbound Perrin Vital. It's a stalled 18-wheeler, left lane closed. And downtown, 35 northbound Cesar Chavez, wreck right lane. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs got on the right side of the street, taking down the Los Angeles Lakers 107-91. Keldon Johnson led the way with 27 points off the bench. Wibby played, adding 16 points and 14 rebounds, also off the bench. Another NBA news, a huge trade as Trae Young, the 4-time All-Star guard from Atlanta, is headed to Washington in exchange for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. In college football, the games begin. College football playoffs start tonight. The semifinal matchup features the Miami Hurricanes taking on the 6th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl. Kickoff set for 6:30. You can catch the game live on 94.1. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:02 on the Morning Huddle. 1 hour of programming left. Look at us. What's the least intriguing first round matchup for you? But not counting Rams Panthers, because we kind of already know the result of that. We already know what's going to happen.
I don't think New Orleans is in for much of a fight. I mean, New Orleans, not Seattle. I don't think Seattle's in for much of a fight.
Well, Seattle's not playing this weekend.
I guess that's right. So I can't count the Panthers. The other ones are good.
I think for me, the least intriguing one might be Packers-Bears, because I think both those teams kind of suck.
Well,
like I'm not sure either one of them's good.
It's funny you said that, because I was thinking exactly the opposite. The thing that's keeping me interested there is what is everybody else seeing in Green Bay that I'm not? How are they even close in the pick in the line? And I just don't see it. It feels to me, I certainly don't believe in the Bears, but name another team in the last 5 years that has fallen ass backwards, limped into the playoffs the way Green Bay has. And we haven't really talked about it, but they've been terrible.
They have been. But quite frankly, they did beat the Bears once, and then in the other game that the Bears won, remember it took like a miraculous comeback for them to do it. The Bears the Packers pretty much dominated that game until like the last 5 minutes, and then it went to overtime and they won. But I'm not sure that remember you got to think the Bears were down 10 points with 2 minutes to go in that game, and they won it.
That was what, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago. So the Bears, if the Packers hold on to that game, now the Bears are on a 3-game losing streak. Would you feel as confident in them?
No, I wouldn't. I don't trust either one, but I just feel like of all the teams that has got such a mountain to climb, it's Green Bay. But because the number's so close, and because the question of how are they gonna play defense? Are they gonna trap Caleb? Are they gonna let him throw around and try to intercept him? What are they gonna do? The little questions that I expect LaFleur to throw the wrinkle at him. That's the interesting thing to me, because I expect nothing from them, and other people do.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay, they've lost 4 games in a row. The Vikings game, they didn't try. The 3 before that, I don't think there's any shame in them. They lost to the Ravens. Yeah. They lost at Chicago. They lost at Denver. But for the most part, when they've kind of gone up in weight class, they've lost this year. They won at Pittsburgh. The other playoff teams, though, they lost to the Panthers. They lost to the Eagles. Like I said, they split with the Bears, and then they lost at the Broncos. That's it. That's the only playoff teams they've played all season.
But I get the sense we're going to get a game a lot like the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. These guys know each other. They hate each other, and they're going to go at it. And I think it's going to come down to, can Caleb create another comeback, or is Jordan Love going to just keep this thing going in the same direction for one more year?
And that's the other thing that I understand people liking Green Bay here because Jordan Love's been there and done it. Mm-hmm. And Caleb Williams is making his first playoff start. And now I think it's very fortunate he gets to do it at home. I think that's the best way if you're going to make your first playoff start, you want to do it at home. And that goes for Caleb. That goes for Drake May. I mean, I think they're both pretty fortunate that that's going to be the case.
I've even heard from you as the year has gone, the growing acceptance that despite the little things about Caleb that I'm never going to like, and you probably aren't either, that there is a growing acceptance that this guy's got game.
Yeah.
I think that he could legitimately be one of those upper echelon quarterbacks for him.
There's a lot. I mean, it's not unlike Aaron Rodgers. A lot of the stuff that I don't like about Caleb is I don't think he's a good teammate. I think he's I think he's selfish. It's all non-football related.
Right.
Like Caleb can throw the ball to the moon. He's fast. Like he's got a lot of like on-field skills I'm really interested in. He's just not a guy I want leading my football team. But yeah, there's no doubt. And a year ago it looked like he didn't even his skills weren't even be put together. Now he's putting some skills together. You can kind of start to look past some of the other stuff, like some of the non-football stuff, because Caleb Williams, you're right, he does have some game.
And for the sake of Bear fan and their sanity, you better go win this game.
And I've got no clue. Jordan Love is the toughest quarterback for me to read in the league. Like every other quarterback, you could throw him out and go, is he good or not good? And I've got a pretty firm grasp of how I feel about every quarterback in the league. Jordan Love is probably 32 out of 32 that I don't have a grasp on.
So it's funny how we go through a season, and I've said it before, 2 times this year I thought Green Bay was the best team in football. Twice this year.
And now you're like, how can they be favored?
They can't even beat the Bears and at home. Not at home, but they can't even. I don't even think they're going to be close to the Bears. And I say I hate the Falcons. I should hate the Packers. I mean, I can't read this team at all.
Yeah. The games that we haven't talked about, Chargers at New England. I think this one's intriguing because this is the Texas Tech. This is okay. You've put up a hell of a record against a whole lot of nothing. What happens now that you're seeing a playoff team on the other side of you?
I'm glad you chose Tech instead of A&M, but you go ahead.
Well,
It's true, man. It really is. Who are you?
Yeah, show us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not. You're still playing NFL teams. I get it, but there are different calibers of NFL teams, and that's the argument people say. Like, whatever their schedule, it's a bunch of NFL teams. It is, but they played the weakest schedule in the history of the NFL. There's no getting around that, and now they are playing on paper. And from a record standpoint, the second best team they've played all season. So how comfortable are you saying, oh, well, the Patriots, they win. They've won 14 games. That's just what they do. I'm not comfortable there.
Well, I love to say it, and some of it's being obtuse and just being goofy, but the fact is the term "you are what your record says you are" is not a true statement.
It's not.
It's just not. And as much as the lessons I learn in every football season, that's the one that's the most difficult to maintain. It's the most difficult one to get past, is that just because you won a lot of football games doesn't make you a great team. It makes you a good team.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It just means on that day you're 1 point better than another bad to average team. And if you can stack those together and start to believing you're a great team, you're going to have to go prove it. And we have two examples in college, and it's more apt to show in college just because of the variables involved, that if you are not more than your record, you're not going to win the big one. You got to be more than that. You have to have the confidence that you're more than just a 10-0 team. You're a great football team that did go 10-0, and there's a big difference.
Yeah. And you could say, and even when you look at the teams that they played and the schedule that they played against is pretty pathetic. But even like the borderline good teams like the Ravens and the Bengals, when they played the Ravens, it was Tyler Huntley. When they played the Bengals, it was Joe Flacco. Like they've dodged every real team they could have dodged. They've dodged except for Buffalo, and they split with them.
And it comes to the wisdom of knowing your glass is not half full, it's half empty, and knowing the difference.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the most difficult thing to discern. And it's the hardest lesson to learn, because most of the time everybody's pretty comfortable that your glass is half full. It's what I did. It's not what you didn't do. It's what I did do. And when you got these teams like New England, and I fall back to my favorite school, it's not about that. It's how you did against the best, not how you did against the worst.
Yeah, and now they're gonna run into that. The last game, I say the last game. It's not the last game on the schedule. It's actually right in the middle. The 49ers and the Eagles, two teams that are. I mean, they're not what we thought they were coming into the season, certainly. My thought is, at least with the 49ers, I understand why they're not what we thought they were. Because and by the way, when I say not what we thought they were, they still were playing for the 1 seed a week ago. So that you got to put a caveat to that. But their injuries have just been brutal. And a lot of those aren't going to be fixed, on Sunday. But the Eagles, I mean, can you point to why the Eagles are where they are? Like, why are the Eagles?
It's a combination of 4 players. The reason they're still here and still playing is because every third game, you can just hand it to Saquon and he can win a football game for you. Every fourth game, you can throw it to A.J. Brown to shut him up, but he can win a football game for you. And that's really all you needed. You have the baseline, and you just need a little hiccup above, and they win by 3 points. And it's one guy 1 week, and suddenly Saquon, who has had a down year, but when they absolutely had to have him, 150 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown is unheard of, bitching for 3 weeks, and they need it, and they haven't been able to throw the ball for a month, and suddenly A.J. Brown catches 150 yards and a touchdown.
Right.
So I think they're there because of guys. And I think it's interesting that San Francisco is going to have to win that way. They're going to have to win because McCaffrey stepped in and did it. They're going to have to win it because Purdy stepped in and did it. Their stars did it. While the team is lesser, your stars are still there. And this is why you pay these guys to do it, because our team is down. We're not what we were, but you on this day are going to have to go do it. And which team stars are going to step out? Is McCaffrey going to have the day that they're going to have, or is it going to be Saquon controlling the game? One of these guys will. That's the question to me. One of these teams their stars are just going to play better than the others, and the average dudes are going to balance out.
Yeah, I certainly trust the 49ers more. I trust their coaching more.
That's one for sure.
And I think they're going to score. I think the Eagles' offense is just quite frankly, bad. I think their offensive line kind of dissipating over the last couple years. A team that was so it wasn't talked about. Everybody talked about the tush push and Saquon. The reason why all that stuff worked was the offensive line was elite, and now they are below average.
Yeah, the tush push is done.
They don't even do it.
Yeah, that's done. That's a thing of the past.
They're like, well, we're not allowed to get a jump on it.
Yeah,
well,
so
that's making it way harder.
Yeah, and
we can't be offsides.
And
That's
yeah,
tough.
and also the line just isn't what it was, and so it doesn't work as well, even with the added attention or less than attention that they were getting earlier. You say all that, and then I go look at the tape. The last time I saw the 49ers play and go, I don't know how they can do it again.
But remember, that was against the best team in the world.
I know. You're right. So which team is going to show? And I like the stars. The team whose stars play the best in this one win. It's not about the average Joes. Is Purdy going to play better than Jalen? Are we going to get more yards out of McCaffrey than Saquon? The team that their stars come to play better is going to win this game. And it could be a blowout. And if it's going to be a blowout, I like the 49ers far more than Philadelphia, because Philadelphia I don't see being able to manufacture the points to make it a blowout.
Yeah, the 49ers had won 6 consecutive games before that Seahawks game, albeit against Bears, Colts, Titans, Browns, Panthers, Cardinals. There's a lot of gimmies in there. Although, the Bears are the 2 seed. I guess you got to give them some credit for that. But also, when you do go look through their games against playoff teams, they split with the Seahawks. Their Seahawks win was week 1. But lost to the Jags. They split with the Rams. And, again, the Rams win was early in the season. Lost to the Texans. And so it's like, well, when they've stepped up in competition, it hadn't gone great.
But Purdy is a better quarterback today than he was at the beginning of the year. Some of those wins have come because Purdy is just becoming the quarterback that everybody thought he might after some time. So, no, he's a legitimate threat to win the game by himself now.
I think that if this game is 13-3, it's horrible for the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
If this game's played in the 30s, it's great for the 49ers.
It's just one of those games. They're going to tell me what's going to happen because I have no idea. I cannot forecast what team's going to show up and do it that the right way.
All right, let's see what's going on in the world outside of sports on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, still have that trouble spot on the northeast side at 410 westbound Perrin-Bidle. It's a stalled 18-wheeler, left lane closed. And downtown, 35 northbound Cesar Chavez, wreck right lane. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at number 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio's leader in personal injury law, and we have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us to share more.
Number one priority is to let the people know that we are a law firm that's been part of this community for 50 years. Mr. Gomez, he's been a practicing attorney here since 1973. He's born and raised here in San Antonio, done nothing but help out personal injury victims. It's very important that we get that out to the San Antonio community because a lot of these attorneys like to come in here and act like they're from here, but they're all out-of-towners. They don't know what goes on here. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years. And we're not going anywhere.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 11th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text INVEST to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop this week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text INVEST to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text INVEST to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text INVEST to 64,000.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, huddle up. There'll be no singing here. No fun of any kind on a small Friday. I'm Rob Thompson, AJ, running around the building. We're going to get some news from the world. For those of y'all stayed up late, watch the Spurs gut out a Western Conference win. Bouncing back after a couple of embarrassing games. Wemby continues his pitch count and offered just enough, and the Spurs had just enough bench help from Keldon to kind of put to bed a Los Angeles team that was Luka and the Stooges. Luka continued to be spectacular, but there just wasn't enough in the tank. And as the Spurs take a little, they're going to be gone until next Thursday when they bring Giannis and Milwaukee into town, which will have its own significant threat of stories as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline. The Spurs won the game. They did what they were supposed to do against a team that, quite frankly, I do think they believe that they should beat every time they're out on the field, out on the court. They've handled them pretty successfully. But we have to look at what the Spurs are doing and how they're doing it here. It was a win, and you put that in the book and carry on, but the threads that led to the losses in Memphis and the loss to Portland remained. They have gone ice cold. Mr. 100% Harrison Barnes has lost his touch, and Champagnie seems to have spent his monthly allowance in one game with 11 threes. Can't find the bucket. We are now seeing the final product of a bunch of guys that have played a bunch of minutes. I mean, the injuries have allowed a lot of the Spurs to go get the time to get better. But we got 7 guys that aren't used to playing with each other. And then you throw in Olynyk on those extra minutes, and then you add Jeremy Sohan, who was on a milk carton for all of December. It's just a haphazard lineup. And until we get a solid rotation, until we figure out when Wemby's minutes are going to be, because I think we're just going to have to accept the fact that for at least the next month, Wemby's still going to come off the bench. He came off the bench even later last night than he did in the Memphis game. It was 5 minutes of the first quarter before he came out, and he offered effective minutes, but as a whole, the team was ice cold. And It wasn't for lack of effort. We saw some interesting lineups last night. I think it's the first time all season that we had a couple of minutes that both Carter Bryant and Sohan played to zero effect. I think that we were showcasing Jeremy to see if he fits someplace else, because it doesn't look like he's going to be here in March.
Had to
go see a man about a horse.
Yeah. Oh boy, got the Vic virus going.
Too much dairy.
That must be it.
It was the salmon mousse.
No, so I had a taco last night, and I put some super spicy, like habanero sauce on it.
Where'd you get it from?
No, at my house.
I mean, you made it?
The tacos, but like the hot sauce is something I've got in my fridge.
Oh, one of those special blends?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay the price for that, man. You pay the price for it.
I mean, it's a good price to pay. It's good. It's good salsa. You told me you're cooking up some
I'm
chili.
doing chili, man. I'm excited. This is the penultimate favorite football weekend of the year. Next weekend's my favorite. There's just no getting around the championship caliber. We've got 5 days of football.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess by Saturday the weather's supposed to be cooler.
Better be.
I don't want to eat chili on a day like.
I know, and I know that was a pre. I thought I'd seen the weather correctly, and I was wrong. I thought it was going to be cool today, but I'll muddle through. I want to eat something that will require very little movement.
That's chili.
Right there. It's in a bowl right there.
I do like that. All right. Here's where we like to see what's happening in the world outside of sports, because there are things.
Are there really?
Yeah, I know it's
for a lot
season.
of us. This is the last news update we're going to get until Tuesday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So pay attention to this. This matters.
Have you seen the clip of Dr. Oz, who is now like a man of power apparently?
Yes. No, I hadn't seen any new video.
It says alcohol is a social lubricant that brings people together, but moderation still matters. He was responding to new dietary guidelines released by the administration that specifically that drop specifically at daily alcohol limits. Like they want you to drink less. But he also said, just don't have it for breakfast. Don't have alcohol for breakfast.
Words to live by.
That's kind of what I do. Right?
My grandfather told me when I was 8.
If I have alcohol for breakfast, it means that I didn't sleep.
Yeah, that's dinner.
Yeah.
That's my last meal of the day.
I don't like Bloody Marys.
Oh, I do. Oh.
I don't care for mimosas.
Yeah.
I don't need all that.
How about a Bellini? Nice frosty Bellini.
It's not in the morning. It's just not for me.
So you're not the type with beer on your Frosted Flakes?
No.
No, me either.
No, doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me. I say this all to agree with Dr. Oz for once. Not for breakfast. That's all I can agree with him on. Everything else, I mean, who knows? Are you a Saturday Night Live guy?
I'm less than I used to be because the kids' humor escapes me. But yeah, I'm a fan. They're a social barometer.
Have you? There's a guy named Bowen Yang.
Oh yeah, he's leaving the show. He's been pretty good.
Did you see why?
No.
He said, I loved working at SNL, and most of all, I loved the people. I was there at a time when many things in the world started to seem futile, but working at 30 Rock taught me the value in showing up anyway when people made it worthwhile. He basically said that the public perception of his work, the current entertainment ecosystem is so turbulent that people have completely valid reasons for staying longer, or in a lot of cases, don't have the privilege of staying on as long as they would like to. I have this very beautiful thing where I get to say that I stayed on exactly long as I wanted to. So basically, it was his decision to depart. He says, I feel like I was really bogged down the entire time I was there about the idea that there was no range in anything I did. I knew I was never going to play the dad. I was never going to play the generic thing in sketches. It's a sketch show, and each sketch is like 4 minutes long. It's short and collapsed by necessity, so therefore it plays on archetypes. Now, these archetypes are also in a relationship where generic things, and there is a genericism in whiteness and in being a canvas to build upon. I came in pre-stretched and pre-dyed. People had their overdeterminations on what I was, which was, that's the gay Asian guy on Saturday Night Live.
When before you even said it, I was going to say that you mean the gay Asian man on Saturday Night Live.
Apparently, he felt like there just weren't many opportunities. He said, anytime I would try to work outside of being the gay Asian guy, it got completely ignored or it still got collapsed. So he's being gay and Asian as always. So he says, you do so many things. I don't think necessarily that it's homophobic, but it is.
Yeah, there's an expectation of who he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad. But he's not the first one to have to deal with that. And when I heard he was leaving, I thought he was bound for better things. I really did. I thought, well, good for him. He finally got the typical SNL bounce. He probably got a movie that's going to be produced by Lorne Michaels, as it is for most former SNL dudes. He finances a movie for him. Hell, he got Rob Schneider employed for 20 years making movies. So I just felt like that was the next step. He'd succeeded to the point where he needed to leave, and now that's too bad. He feels like he had to.
Her big goal is going out and being a non-gay Asian in a movie. That's the
it's a worthy aspiration.
Yeah. We hear a lot about rock star injuries, and often it's like, oh, he fell off a balcony, or he OD'd, whatever it may be. Well, the Foo Fighters were supposed to go out on the road this month, but they're going to be without their guitarist, Pat Smear, who is now on the injured list. He had a bizarre gardening accident.
Sounds like Spinal Tap.
In the classic tradition of rock stars having bizarre gardening accidents, Pat Smear is apparently rung in the new year by smashing the bleep out of his left foot. He will miss a few shows while it heals. We'll miss our beloved Pat as much as you will. We want to be fully healed and back on his feet as soon as possible. So they will have a replacement. Jason Faulkner, who's played guitar with Beck and St. Vincent, is going to play for a while during while he recovers from his rock and roll gardening incident.
That is so Spinal Tap.
What's your most embarrassing injury? Like the most embarrassing way you've gotten hurt?
Oh, I blew a knee out bowling.
Oh, what?
Yep.
That's a rough one.
Popped something bowling. I fell down in a Jack in the Box parking lot one time and chipped a tooth. So I've had a few, my friend. I've had a few topples in public over my life.
Oh my! I fell down the stairs once, and I didn't get like hurt bad, but I rolled my ankle, and I didn't like. It wasn't all the way. It wasn't like a full flight of stairs. It was like 6 stairs.
That'll leave a mark.
And I was like, there was no one around, but I was looking around like, oh my God, who saw this? This is so humiliating.
Yeah, my wife fell down the stairs at a nightclub once too.
Oh, my wife's fallen down the stairs at our house multiple times. My wife falls down all the time on stairs. But luckily, our house in Vegas had the stairs that kind of twist, like they go up and then up a different angle, then up a different angle. So she could only fall a little bit at a time rather than fall.
Oh, yeah, like the whole time, yeah. No, my wife fell like an entire flight.
Yeah, now my house here has one long flight of stairs where if she falls on that one.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess there's one turn at the bottom, so like she'll hit a wall and then she'll be on a landing that's like 4 steps up. But it's gonna be a long fall for her. Gonna be a long fall for her. We talked about this a little bit. Did you see that you and I talked about it? The MTV, the all music aspect of MTV is now gone.
I've been told that.
Yeah, it's gone.
I thought it'd been gone for a while.
Well,
but now
they had a side piece station that all they did was play videos, and now that's gone too.
If I'd have known, I might have watched it.
I think I would have too.
I didn't know that there was still a thing.
Although I don't know how excited I get about new music. So like, what band would you want to see? Like, what new band are you like? Oh, I can't wait to see their new video. Like when I was a kid, when like Guns N' Roses had a new video, I'm like, hell yeah.
The video mattered as much as the record.
But now I don't know that I've got a band that it's like, oh, their new video's out. I got to go find it.
It's funny to me now. The standard is I'm trying to figure out which band I'd like to see at the Sphere in Vegas and what they can do with that. That's the modern music video. What can you do with 2 hours of just complete creative control over this? Sensory overload thing that you've got. I think for me, that's what I'm looking to. I mean, the video seems passé, and especially when you watch the old ones, you think, my God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That was put together by like 8th graders, and we thought that was great.
You have tattoos. I have tattoos.
A few, not visible. But
Vic has tattoos. There is now research that says certain substances in tattoo ink can be identified by immune cells and carried to the lymph nodes where they can accumulate over time. So, obviously, short term, if you get a tattoo, you worry about like an infection or something like that. But apparently, they're saying that long term, there may be modulated immune responses in a vaccine-specific manner. And if you get a vaccine injection in a spot where you have tattoo ink, that could lead to long-term problems.
I mean, we've been dealing with tattoos for as long as there's been human beings. So you're suddenly going to come to me now?
Well, there's studies. That's all. It says it can increase the risk of other diseases, including cancer and neurodegenerative conditions.
And I'm living proof of both.
There you go. There you go. Just making sure you're aware of all these things before you go get that flaming skull.
Well, I'm halfway. I was at the game last night. Now, if you had gotten a fresh tat, like a brand new, you know how they wrap you in saran wrap and put like math? The dude showed up in a jersey with a fresh tat wrapped in cellophane. Is that an acceptable way to go out?
No.
Shouldn't you put a long sleeve shirt on?
Yes.
I don't need to see your bloody new tat.
Little breaking news per Tom Pelissero, per Adam Schefter. Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel.
Are you kidding me?
They met this week to discuss the season. After that meeting and some reflection, Stephen Ross has decided to move on from Mike McDaniel. So there you go.
After all that, of all the suck-ass teams that finished out in the NFL season, Miami fought to the bitter end, man. They won games with Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that negatively about Quinn Ewers, but
no, you can.
They won it with Quinn Ewers.
And without Tyreek Hill.
Dude, and I shouldn't feel bad for him, but I do. I felt like he was and they made him have the talk with Tua.
Yeah.
Remember he was going to talk with Tua, and then he had the talk with Tua, like, yeah, probably going to be traded, brother. And then they said, hey, Mike, you got a minute? Can he come to the owner's office real quick and bring your coach's playbook with you?
That takes the number to 8 teams looking for a new. That is, for those math deficient, that is 25% of the league or 1/4 of the league.
Do you think
looking for new coaches?
How much is do you think Harbaugh wants to coach in the friendly confines of Miami?
I don't know.
I mean, why not? I just legit thought he was going to get fired back in October, and then felt like he had, they fired everybody else and they left him around to clean up the mess and bring the boat into the dock, and then they fired him.
I'll be honest, like if they were on the edge of firing McDaniel or not firing him, and they thought they had a real chance to get Harbaugh, it makes sense to do it.
First thought I had, because I know of all the owners out there, Ross has a lot of money. He can pay anybody. He can pay them with the best of them. So it wouldn't be a bad place to coach. And there's no other team. Well,
I know they're not going to hire Brian Flores. I'm almost certain of that.
Weirder things, but no, that's not going to happen.
I'm almost certain on that one.
That's the firing I feel bad. Not that he's done the job that he deserves to stay.
Honestly, I think it's the best thing for him.
Probably. Do you think he'll ever coach again?
That job was tearing him apart.
He doesn't look good.
Oh no, he went from being when he showed up, he looked like a nerdy bookworm guy, and then he started looking like when they had some success, he looked like a coke dealer, and then by the end of it, he looked like a hobo. He was like
a former coke dealer.
Yeah.
I do know this. His players love him.
Yeah,
I mean
they fought their asses off for him in the second half of the season.
That's too bad. Other guys deserve it, and his record, he probably needed to go. But
had they fired him in week 9 or 10, I wouldn't have argued it. But the way they fought down the stretch, man,
I think I needed to see that. I think I needed to see a coach get fired that doesn't deserve it. So when it comes time for negotiations and coaches are asking for $9 million a year and 8 years guaranteed, you need to remember this. You need to remember what happened to McDonald and how he got treated.
All right, we've got one segment left. We'll do what we always do in that final one. We'll take a look at the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. That's right, it's basketball season. It's in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of that action because you can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas. It is so simple to play on Underdog. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Points, rebounds, steals, assists, whatever it is. You get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. 5,000 times. Guys, it's so simple to play. It's so fun to play on Underdog, and it gives you an interesting games you might not be interested in. For me, the Spurs games I'm watching anyway, I'm going to be in on that action. I like Dylan Harper higher. I like him getting more minutes right now. Download the app today. Use promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
At GiveMeTheVin.com, we are America's best car buyer. We're also firmly based right here in the oil industry's backyard. And we get it. We've adjusted our bids to provide the best money for your vehicle, hands down. We'll do our best to help you create that much-needed cash flow until the oil field booms again. And we believe it will. It's just another way we're quickly becoming America's best car buyer, especially here at home.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Okay, so your trophy's in the cabinet. Business is great. The growing pains are all in the past, and you're feeling optimistic. Now you're in big trouble. Because truth is, no matter how well you slayed your last quarter, the next one could slay you right back. And without a cohesive strategy and a scalable idea you can rely on, nothing is certain except uncertainty. Which is why for your next rodeo, you need the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a true creative partner that brings next-level creative thinking and production quality to companies who didn't believe they could afford it. So you can keep your company growing without outgrowing the dream that started it. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great scalable idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How do you think they made that sound?
That's pretty good.
They're probably high on something.
Well, you had to have sanctified yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
That's right.
That's what comes out of you when you jump into a frozen lake.
All right. Well, Rob.
Yes, sir.
We've made it to the end here.
Down to the money.
Yep. There's only one thing left to do. Let's take a look at the daily lines.
the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
We've got a line move. Ole Miss now a 3-point dog to Miami instead of 3.5. So some Ole Miss money showing up.
Coming in. We figured it was coming.
There we go. Ole Miss a 3-point dog against Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. Total still sitting firm at 52.5. If you think Ole Miss can win outright, you can get that around plus 135, plus 140, depending on where you shop. But those are available numbers. So
let's do some DFS here. I've got Trinidad Chambliss, your quarterback at Ole Miss, more or less 274.5 passing.
I like more.
I like more than that.
But I think if you have one of these, some of those DFS sites or the Underdog or any of those, you can only pick one play on each player.
Mm-hmm.
My Trinidad Chambliss play is lower than a half an interception.
Going with that, Kewan Lacey, which he's going to play a role. It's just a matter, is he going to be a play-action dude, or is he going to really power this offense? They have him at 78.5 rush yards on Prize Picks.
Here's a question. Does it have his longest rush?
Let's see what I can get here.
Because I'd be interested in a longest rush prop. I do think he pops off a big one.
Let's see here. I can get a longest at 18.5.
Give me that.
You like
Is anything under 20 I was hoping for. So give me more than 18.5 for his longest run. The other game still kind of, it was up. Remember, it was 4.5 earlier in the week. It's down to 3.5 now. Indiana, a 3.5-point favorite against Oregon, and that one total is 48.5. A lot of love coming Oregon's way.
Sure. Okay, let's go here. Quarterback Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winner, 208.5 pass yards. You like lower on that?
Lower. Yep. My favorite prop in this game is going to be Solers, the receiver for Indiana, who, if you go back to, I'm going to pull up his stat line from that first game. He completely Mendoza. They kind of held him in check relatively, but they did not have an answer for Surratt. 121 yards, 8 receptions, and a touchdown for Elijah Surratt in that first game.
You liked all those.
I like his yardage. I just think that because I rewatched that Oregon game, and Surratt was just doing whatever he wanted on the outside. Oregon tried to double team him, they couldn't. And if you try to double team against this Cignetti team, they're going to chew you up. So it's up to somebody to hang on to him one-on-one. And Oregon showed me in the first game they don't have an answer for it. So Surratt higher on his number would be, and I think it's around at like 60.
I've got him at 50.5.
I like higher than that. Yeah. I'd even consider like an alternate line on him. I think he's going to have a big game here. So that's tomorrow, though. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We got to do a show tomorrow, Rob. So let's save something for the tomorrow show. NFL lines, not a lot of movement overnight. Looks like every line except for the Pittsburgh line. Pittsburgh now a 3-point dog instead of 3.5. Every other line stayed the same overnight. So the Rams are still 10.5. Packers still 1.5. Bills still 1.5. Niners are 4.5-point dogs to the Eagles. Patriots are 3.5, and then the Texans down to 3-point favorites. So not a lot of movement on that front. In the association tonight, oh, what a matchup, Rob. When you the calendar's been circled for this one.
They knew what they were going against.
The Pacers are at the Hornets. If you're thinking, man, do I want to watch the college football playoff game or do I want to watch the Pacers and the Hornets? That's a real choice you might have to make tonight. The Hornets are 3.5-point favorites. That feels short to me. I think the Hornets are at least respectable and the Pacers are absolute garbage. 3.5 for the home team feels light. So
no Toppin, no Matherin for Indiana. You pay attention to Miller's game-time decision, but I think that they'll pull away easily.
Timberwolves, 2.5-point favorites hosting the Cavaliers, who Cavs are starting to figure it out a little bit. Yeah, they're playing better than they were early on. The Heat are 7.5-point favorites in Chicago, and the Dallas Mavericks, 6.5-point road favorites at the Utah Jazz. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
I kind of like the Jazz tonight to keep that one tight as well. The once mighty Ducks of Anaheim are in Carolina taking on the Hurricanes. Hurricanes minus 220. The Flyers minus 120 hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Penguins minus 120 hosting the New Jersey Devils. The Canucks, bunch of hosers, they're at Detroit. Detroit minus 150. Buffalo Sabres minus 125 at the Rangers. Florida Panthers are minus 120 at Montreal. And the Boston Bruins minus 135 hosting the Calgary Flames. Edmonton, the Oilers, minus 115 in Winnipeg. The Nashville Predators host the Islanders. Predators are minus 115. The Ottawa Senators are at the Avalanche. Real close line here. Minus 265, the Avalanche.
Colorado that good?
They're really good.
Yeah.
I think they've lost like 3 games all year in regulation. They're absurdly good. Golden Knights minus 160 hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the Minnesota Wild. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. They're minus 155 at the Kraken. The mighty, mighty Kraken. And then in the world of college hoop, I don't know. First of all, did you watch a little last night? You said you watched the Iowa State game?
I watched a little bit while I was sitting waiting for the Spurs game while I was 2 hours early. I had some time. I watched Iowa State. That is
how good is Lipsy?
That whole backcourt is solid. Lipsy, I think he led him in scoring last night. He's just a tough college guard, man. That's a tough team, still undefeated, and they rolled through Waco. Baylor did not provide much resistance.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with that performance.
They're good.
Arizona just
not as good as Arizona, but they're good.
Arizona dog stomped Kansas State. UConn played a tough one. They had to go to overtime to beat Providence. Providence, who's basically stinks.
They were on fire, though.
They're no good. Yeah, they played out of their minds. But UConn needed overtime to beat them. Huge win for BYU. Vanderbilt beats Alabama. Vanderbilt now 15-0. And I think we got to stop thinking it's fluky.
No, they're good. And it's not just one guy. They're solid.
Yeah, they're solid top to bottom. Arkansas gets a road win at Ole Miss, and number 24 SMU likely to fall out of the top 25 as they lose to Clemson yesterday. Thursday is usually a lot more mid-majors and stuff like that, but there's a couple top 25 games. Michigan State, Sparty is a 12.5-point favorite hosting Northwestern.
I think that's more about Northwestern being Michigan State is a scary team. They're not great.
It's hard for them to get separation from teams. They're not a run up the score on you team. Illinois is a run up the score team on you though. 22.5 they are favored by over Rutgers. Boy, you're starting to see now Rutgers without two of the best players in the country, how bad things really are there, and boy are they really bad. Santa Clara and Gonzaga tonight. Gonzaga, who they're at Gonzaga, by the way, at the Kennel. Gonzaga needed overtime to beat Seattle last weekend, and Santa Clara off to a 4-0 start in West Coast play. Santa Clara, I'm not saying they're going to beat Gonzaga. I think they can cover 15.5 though. Generally, Santa Clara, one of these teams, Herb Sendek he's a hard guy to blow out, and this is a team that won at the Kennel last year. They went to Gonzaga and beat them on their floor. Now normally I would say vengeance, but they already played again and Gonzaga won. But generally, this is now there's been 2 or maybe 3 consecutive years. I got to check. I'm checking now. But no, two years in a row that this team, this Santa Clara Herb Sendek's team has beat Gonzaga outright. I think 15.5 is a pretty big number. So I might be fading Gonzaga tonight.
I don't know anything about Santa Clara. I do know that Gonzaga ain't what they normally are.
No.
They're just not as deep. They're well coached. They're not going to beat themselves, but this is a down year for Coach Few.
But they did on Sunday after that overtime win against Seattle, which I think they were down 15 in that game. They bounced back against Loyola Marymount by a score of 82-47. So there's a real good chance that I bet Santa Clara plus 15.5 and look really stupid, but it just feels like too big of a number. And Santa Clara, I think I won't even say probably, they are the 3rd best team in the West Coast Conference behind Gonzaga and St. Mary's. But obviously that's a pretty a pretty low bar to clear, a pretty bad conference outside of those two teams. So there you go. That's my my looks for this evening. I'll be glued to the football game anyway.
Yeah,
Who am I kidding?
I've been looking to see. So we don't. You can actually. I think we might be able to catch a fair amount if you want to stay up. That Gonzaga doesn't tip till.
Oh, it's a late start.
Yeah,
okay.
So
Yeah,
if you're really into it, especially if you lost a little bit on the,
Maybe
on the
so.
early game, there's
Get
always
right, baby.
There's always a get right game on the West Coast.
Nothing like getting right. If I lose money on football, nothing like getting right by betting against Gonzaga. I'm sure they never win by 50 points ever.
They're not that good.
No, never, ever, ever happens. Man, another small Friday in the books for us. The Blitz will be live from 2 to 6 today. And then I guess, are we carrying the college football game here on our
We've got
fine
it right
air?
here. As soon as they go off, the pregame comes on. I think, what time's the kick? 6:30?
I think it is.
So we get all the kids can watch all the way into the fourth quarter.
Final predictions, Ole Miss and Miami.
I just think there's just too much Ole Miss. I just think that Ole Miss has the offense, they got the defense, they got a proven running back, and they've been playing in the SEC all year. And I think God is smiling upon that Ole Miss powder blue. I think that this is a great story that's going to continue.
31-27 Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. So hotty toddy for both of us here. We're picking the underdog to win outright. Look at us, Rob.
Yeah, it's just different here.
A couple sharps.
Mm-hmm.
It just means more.
It just means more. It's different.
It just means more.
Yeah, it's more. That's SEC.
That's the
right?
SEC.
Yeah.
SEC. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it all again. We got a big weekend of football to preview. Don't miss it. Don't be late, or you're just a big fat loser. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's